All right, I have to leave that right there. Thank you very much, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. It's good to be back again. Today is Sunday, 12th May 2024. Yes, we said we're not going to talk about politics today, but I thought I should bring that in. But we're going to be diverting shortly. So, depending on what you want to discuss, regardless of whatever we bring here, people must still divert to politics. So, we thought we should let you know the state of River State at this particular moment, what Fubara is passing through, even though everybody is advocating for Fubara right now, it might end up to become one of the satanic governors in Nigeria. For example, it happens to Governor Obaseki. Everybody fought for Governor Obaseki when Oshomole was oppressing him and all that. But he ended up building a labor house in Edo State and named Oshomole the after the building. So this is what these guys are doing when they are fighting. They're only fighting for their selfish interests. They're not fighting because of you and I. So when they are settling, they don't care about you or whoever that fought for them in the past. They are not interested. But nevertheless, like I said before, I just wanted to bring the state of River State to you guys. Thank you very much, my people. Mother for Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for all you do. I appreciate you always. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you very much, Patience Demudia, Michael Carter, Dewale, James. Thank you very much, Moses. I can see you right there. Thank you. God bless you all. Patience Demudia, Mother Patricia Tagojomi. God bless you all, my people. I appreciate you, ma. Thank you, Lucky Yamu. Thank you, Adesuwa Osagede. Patience again, Ruwa. Thank you, Emmanuel Shooks. Mike Akambari, Dr. Happy Life. Thank you, my people. Victory all the way. Thank you very much. Amaka E from X. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Peggy Modi in the building. Thank you very much. Good evening to you all. And God will bless you now. Nell James, S.O. Thank you, Rio Me, Rosie Ayosh, Washington Marige. Thank you, my people. Nena Obona, and many others. Achai Nofe, my dear sister. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bryce Strasser. Thank you, Alice Onofeta, Miracle B. God bless you all. CXL, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel. And God will bless you now, my people. I would like us to move on right now. I've acknowledged everybody already on the screen. Love Maduka. Thank you. And God will bless you now. But meanwhile, before we move on, I'd like to quickly switch to this particular one here, which is the only article that I have for you guys today, as you can see right there on the screen. Let me put that right there. As you can see right there on the screen, Nigerian Labour Congress moves against Abia Governor OT over 7 months unpaid salary due to verification exercise. So now, okay, let me read before I say what I want to say. The NSC, in a circular obtained by Sarah Reporter on Sunday and signed by Okoro Ogbonaya, State Chairman, and Ima Alozie, the State Secretary, asked the civil and public servant to discontinuance another directive from the government to go online and upload their document with effect from May 10th to May 31st, 2024. Yes, if Governor Oti refused to pay salary due to verification, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's what I wanted to say. You can't just come in. We have lots of ghost workers receiving money in Nigeria, for example. This man wants to be sure who is working, who is receiving salary. So you guys be patient. You can't collect salary when you don't deserve to collect salary. So that is what Governor Oti is currently doing, still on scrutinization to be sure who is working and who deserves to be paid. So for those of you complaining that Governor Oti have not paid for the past 7 months and all that, he have started paying some, and some of the people that have not paid, they are still under verification, under scrutiny. So wait and stop complaining on social media and everywhere. Because Nigeria is a country where people are working, they receive salary, we don't know them, and everything. So it's crazy. So yes. So yes, my people, that's all I just wanted to showcase on that. I don't want to take much on this so that we can just move on. But meanwhile, let's switch on to a lady who cried out or who complained what's happened between her and a pastor. I'd like us to take this one quickly here before we move on. Madam Nena, it's good to have you on the show. God bless you, man. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Good evening to every one of you right there. And God bless you now. I'm going to post out a link right now. For those of you that want to join, you can start coming in now so that we can take all this together. Let's listen to this quickly.
To buy a property in this Lekki, I'll tell you from the whole scratch. So I wanted to buy because I'm single, I'm not married. So I wanted to buy like a 2-bedroom apartment that I can be managing. So for me to start paying like so because I'm single and I'm a businesswoman and I'm the kind of person that go to church all the time and I tell pastor everything because I look at pastor like my mentor. I look at the pastor like my mentor, like everything in this world. So what I can't even tell my parents, I go to my pastor and I tell my pastor. And I don't want to tell my boyfriend that I have money or anything. Then I was in a relationship. I don't want to tell my boyfriend. So I now decide that okay, I want to buy a property, and that property then was 35 million naira for 2 room and parlor on the island here, Aja. So I wanted to give the agent the money I have. I wanted to give the agent the money I have. The agent now said no, that they can't collect the 14 million naira. That if I want to pay, that either I pay complete or I leave the property because the property is already finished. So they don't want to collect instrumental. So me as where I be now, I can't carry my matter, go tell my, let me carry my matter when I went to church. And I went to go and tell my pastor that good afternoon. I was on Sunday and I said, good afternoon, sir. I want to buy a property in Aja and they're calling 35,000 because then I just bought one car. So I told my pastor that I don't have enough money, that you should just pray for me. Now pray, I go make you pray for me. I say, sir, please just pray for me. Let me be able to raise the money as per everything. What would they do? We go, they tell our pastor. I be that kind of person. So everything that I do, I tell my pastor. Even if a guy meets me and tell me that he likes me, I will tell my pastor that this man said that he likes me. Or my pastor will tell me, he tells me what to do. So I'm the kind of person who say, church don't carry go. So when I told my pastor, he now told me that where is the money? I now told him that the money is in my account. That that's the only money I have as a young lady, and that's 14 million. And my pastor was like, "Can I have the money?" So my pastor was like, "Can I have the money?" I now said, "For what?" He said he wants to put it in a business. I said, which type of business? He said, that business that you put it in, that every month I'll be getting 1 million naira interest. I swear to God. He said, he now told me, am I not your pastor? I said, you are my pastor. He said, can I lead you bad? I said, no. He said, am I going to wrong you? I said, no, sir, because I don't too believe, say, pastors, no be, pastors now God, they be whom, they know, I don't too believe in them. He said, I want you to buy that property, but putting that money in the bank, the interest will be too small. He said, how much is the interest? I told him that the interest is about for 6 months, I don't forget how much, about 250,000 or 300,000 for 6 months. He said that money is too small, that this is where he will put the money every month. I'm going to collect 1 million naira in less than 6 months. That my 14 million naira will give me 20-something million naira. And the more I put it, and I told him that, sir, I hope this is not MMM. He said, God forbid, how will I do MMM? So me trusting this pastor, I did not sign any contract.
What's the name of the pastor?
His name is Pastor Rotti in Agape Funke Felix Adejumo.
Okay, church.
Yes, that's Funke. He's one of our pastor in Funke Felix Adejumo. He's one of the pastor in Lekki, yes, Funke's church. So
baby, please come and help me. The chair wants to fall. Bring those nuts. Make I chop granite on top this matter. Continue your story.
So I now gave him the 14 million naira.
Hey,
I did not.
Hey, Pastor Pablo. Oko 14 million for Pablo. Return this.
So I did not sign any documents. I did not sign any written thing because myself, and I don't get it to say I get one guy right there for my neck. The guy go tell me to say that's why sometimes a woman cannot do it alone because we women they think like fish. Like, we don't think like a man. Do you understand? So I didn't have anybody that I can tell. I just felt like, oh, this is my pastor. So I just went to the bank. I told the bank manager to transfer everything in my account to this account. So the bank manager called me and said, Mary, go, do you know what you are doing? How can you transfer 14 million naira? And I told the bank manager that it's not your business, it's my money. It's not.
You know, go better for religion.
So that's what I told the bank manager. It's not your business, it's my money. The bank manager said, no problem, no problem. You want to give it to your pastor? I say, yes, my pastor cannot do me wrong.
Bring
I carry the
you
whole.
cannot to this matter. This not matter.
I carry the whole 14 million naira. Give the pastor. So as I give am, I no can get as in my last money. I no can get even 100 naira from my account. I can't feel say since as a businesswoman I go stand again. Make I dey wait, make the interest grow. You understand the whole thing. So during that period, I won't come carry my parents go vacation for Dubai. This I tell you, I won't come carry my parents go vacation for Dubai. So I just do my papa passport, do my mama passport. I get the visa. Then the flight ticket was too high for me. Then I told the pastor that he should give me 1 million naira from that their interest money. When the interest come, he should collect it. Understand the other that let him give me my first interest. Let me use and buy tickets for my parents. He now sent 1 million naira to me. So me, I can't be happy. Me no know now from my money they send the 1 million naira. Me can't be happy say shebi una see say no be fraud. So now I still have my 14 million naira now. He has sent me 1 million naira. I can't the buga. So during that time I won't come buy the tickets. The Dubai can close. They can't close Nigerians today coming to Dubai. So I no confident to carry my parents go Dubai again. So the next day, after the next month, I no come see any. I can't call my papa say, sir, so now sir with the call up. Sir, did you put any interest in the money? He said he never sent because they are supposed to be sending me the 1 million naira into my account. That was the plan. They are supposed to be sending the 1 million naira. Then after 6 months, then I cannot collect my 14 million. Then 1 month reach, I don't see 1 million. 2 months reach, I don't see 2 million. 3 months reach, 4 months, I don't see interest. 5 months, 6 months. Now I can't go for church. And I was still attending the church. Oh. Not be smart. So I can't go to church, can't go tell them to say, sir, please, I don't want the interest again. I want my money back. And their fight start. Oh. You know where church go they pray against you, say make you die. My workers they laugh. After 6 months, I had told him that I don't want to do the interest.
So that we can move on. Please help us to press on the like button, help us to share, let our voices go far. I got a support earlier on. I would like to quickly acknowledge Peggy Modi. Thank you very much for the support. May God bless you. May pocket never run dry. I'm very, very, very grateful for all you do. Guys, let's quickly take this here and then we can move on. Guys, I posted the link earlier on. For those of you that want to join us, please click on it. Join us now. Thank you.
19, I was a desperate, passionate Christian. And so there was a program that was organized in Abia State, Aba precisely. And the topic of the program was Come Up Hitter. Now, this program was comprised of most celebrities that you hear in Nigeria as gospel artists. For instance, Chinyere Udoma was there, Ebusi was there, Aromo was there, with many more of them. Then it will happen that they paid Chinyere Udoma 1.2 million naira to perform in that program for 2 days. Osinachi was alive that time. They paid Osinachi 500,000 to perform in that program and paid flights for him 200,000 from Abuja down to Aba. They paid Ebusi about 300 and something thousand naira. And so when people gathered, Umokpai was there equally live, men of different caliber. The topic of the program was Come Up Hitter. And so because they have spent approximately they have spent over 3 million to 4 million naira in financing only the gospel artists. Let's not even talk about how much they paid Omokbai to come, or they paid other prominent men of God. And then Chinyere Udoma would come to sing, they know that as this man is singing, as this woman is singing, 1.2 million naira is going down. And so they are under pressure to raise up the money they have spent in galvanizing people and in assembling that program. And so to every single preaching or every single worship, there would be an altar call. And this time, I have just finished saving up my first 100,000 naira that I want to use to establish maybe any business at all. And so I just came to this program to receive the highest blessing or the highest empowering of the Holy Spirit to go out and start my business. And so any single business preaching any man of God come and do, the next thing you start hearing is, the Lord is calling some people now. Come up hither. Come up hither with your 10,000 naira. Come up hither. You need to come up from the place where you are now to the highest place. He's telling people, he told John the Baptist to look up to the sky when he has finished seeing many things. And he said to him, come up hither. Are you not coming up hither with 10,000 naira? I will now, from the 100,000 naira I have saved, I'll pick 10,000 and come up hither with the 10,000 naira. And I saw the 10,000. In the night, the first day we came to the program, another pastor came. The man finished preaching. Come up hither with 10,000 naira. Come up hither with 10,000 naira. I went again with 10,000 naira. Then I discovered that not only these gospel artists were paid millions of naira, the hotel where they are lodging is equally under, like, it costs at least over 150k to maintain each of their hotel. Now, Osinachiwa DK came with 4 of his gospel artists. Each of these gospel artists, flights were paid for all of them, including their band. Calculate flight from Abuja that time down to Aba. So you discover that you only to pay flights for Osinachiwa DK and his crew is over 800,000. Then Chinye Lodoma came with his guitar man, his band man, his Eba man, and four of his singers, choristers at the back. Now calculate the flight fee of transporting only Chinye Lodoma going and coming back. You are talking approximately over 800,000 just for transport. Don't talk even about their feeding and their lodging fee. And the church is under the pressure to raise this money. And so because they are under the pressure of raising this money, they began to manipulate people and they shattered my whole life safe. You see, when Theodoma comes upon the altar and begin to sing, he has made me glad, I am so glad. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad. He has made me glad, I am so glad. What she was saying that I am rejoicing that I have collected 1.2 million for this program and I assembled people here to give them Jesus Christ where they need money. Chinelo Doma needed 1 million to come and perform for you. You need miracle for you to get what your own financial money can solve for you. Chinelo Doma will not come to a program unpaid for the sake of Jesus Christ. He come there to tell you, my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. As she was singing, I felt cold. Then the man of God stand back and says, come up hither. The Lord is calling you to come up hither with 20,000. By the time I left that program, out of my 100,000 naira, I was having 40-something thousand because I'm eating.
Thank you very much, my people. Please press on the like button. Help us to share. Help us to share. Kai, oh, wow. You know, so this matter, I may not want to talk about, but I would like to start with Mother Luke. Mother Luke, it's good to have you on the show. Thank you very much, my good evening to you. Happy Mother's Day to you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Thank you. Hi there, Mommy Diaspora, Mr. Elvis, panelists, commentators, viewers, and to-be callers. I wish you a happy Mother's Day today. It's a beautiful day, no work, in my bed, eating my food. I don't know if my poison, but I chop them. Waiting then cook, I eat them. So I'm off my feet today. Thank you. So we are talking here again. You started with Wike and his drama. And you see, Nigerian political scene is always a comedy. It's a comic show for me. It's a comedy. At this point, like I said, when you go through the stages of grief and you now finally accept your fate, all you can do now is just sit back and laugh and have a good laugh. And hopefully, our lack of action to help ourselves will not be our downfall. Can you imagine? When you do not get to power by, the people's mandate, you expect to have peace in whatever you are doing. So the drama in Rivers State will continue because we know how they got there. You know, PDP was the ultimate rigging machine, just like we have in Edo State, in River State. The good only difference is that PDP in River State rigs for APC, and the PDP in Edo State rigs for PDP. Now, loyalties might switch at any time, depending on what we see on ground. And it's Nigerian politics, you really cannot tell who is working for who. PD, APC are one and the same, so we cannot be deceived that they are working in the interest of the people. So that is, you know, by that on that angle, it's a comic show in River State. Those 25 lawmakers versus Fubara. I'm not exactly sure what legal means they can use to resolve that issue. It's just a mess, but it's fun to watch. I hope whoever blinks first bows out in shame. But now it's a war between the Godfather, who has his allegiance to the main Godfather in Aso Rock, than the Godfather in let me say a baby Godfather in the making in the form of Fubara, who is now learning the ropes from the best, his masters, since he has been in Wike's government for so long. So he knows the ropes. He saw Wike do this to Amechi. Amechi did it to, what's his name? Odili. So it's an ongoing drama, and it's fun to watch. And in the meantime, who's suffering? 1 year anniversary, River State governments are still talking of proposed projects. Earmarked, nose-marked, mouth-marked, all audio projects. Nothing going on in River State. Now, coming to the final, the good topic of the day, religion. It's a Sunday topic. I have always said the fool and his money are soon parted. No matter how hard you work for your money, if you're foolish or you were born foolish, you will lose that money. Here is this lady who is single, who has her parents, who in other countries will be living her best life yet, and thanking God for blessing her with the means to take care of herself and not to be able to beg. Here she is investing in pastors. I don't know who goes to tell pastor everything in their life. I don't know when pastors became therapists. I don't know when pastors became counselors. I don't understand the mentality of Nigerians, where they cannot sit down, use their own selves as their own therapist and talk to themselves. This is what I do. When I have a crisis, I go to a quiet place like a park or somewhere, and I go walking and I meditate. I open my mind, call it whatever it is, communing with my God or whatever, and I come up with a plan of how I'm going to solve my problems. If I have financial difficulties, I think of how I'm going to get 3 jobs. If I have a medical crisis, I go to the doctor and I find how I'm going to solve it. Hopefully, I've not ever had any medical crisis or any kind of a crisis that I need to seek attention from. But if I have a situation whereby my blood sugar is out of whack, my blood pressure is out of whack, my cholesterol is out of whack, I have where to go and fix that from the specialists. So I don't understand this mentality of people deferring their own welfare and their own wellness to another person, even your financial wellness to another person. When you know for sure that Nigerian pastors, no exceptions, read my lips, no exceptions, they are predatory and they are narcissistic. They are all in it for what they can get from you, because that is the reason why they progress and you do not. So I don't understand this mentality of people, giving their own authority to self-govern and self-monitor to somebody else, especially when your wallet is involved. I can never do that. Now, have I paid for services and I got duped? Yes. That was in good faith. I expected I was going to pay for something and I didn't get it. Here is a very simple matter. I go to my bank and I report to my bank and I tell them, listen, this is what happened, and my money is given to me back to my account. That is it. So I don't understand where Nigerians will start using religion as a way of therapy and a way of advice. You call yourself, the lady is in her 30s, calls herself a so-called businesswoman who cannot manage her finances. Is it not a shame? Is that not a shame? And you give a pastor who you're wealthier than, who depends on other people for his own living. Pastors do not have any source of income. If they do, they have used their money to invest. There is no pastor under this earth that started with his own business. He used other people's money to make his own way. And I'm saying again, no exceptions. And kudos to EFCC if they didn't take any money from her. I am very happy about that. But we know how EFCC rolls. Giving them credit doesn't mean they are to be reckoned with on the long run, because we know what they're all about. They're all about selective justice, and they go for the deepest pocket. So this lady with her few millions, they won't take anything from her. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully she's telling us the truth. But we know nothing goes for nothing in Nigeria. If you're going to get the police, you have to pay. If you want any form of justice, you have to pay. Even if you are working and you get paid, to get your money, you have to pay. You always pay a percentage to get your payment. That is why they hold your salaries so you don't get paid, because they're going to fleece you and tax you again illegally so that you can get your money. So Nigeria is a crime scene. But back to religion. And then you have this one here complaining about, I don't even know what he was talking about. You know, so religion for me is a no-go area. I have seen what it has done to people, and I refuse to be fooled. I have never, like I said, I was born in a Christian home, but I have long given up any form of religion because it hasn't helped me. And I always tell you, if you can show me the difference between somebody who practices religion and a pagan, then I can answer you. And like I said, for those practicing Muslim or Christian, if you can show me one person that practices what is in that book 100%, and I mean 100%, then you can tell me about religion. But right now, everyone is suspect to the fraud. You practice what you preach, but you cannot practice what you preach. It is all hypocrisy. All hypocrisy. So on that final note, happy Mother's Day to everybody. We are all mothers, whether you have children or not. As long as you carry eggs in your ovaries, you are a mother. Celebrate yourself. I'm celebrating my beautiful mom. Thank you, my beautiful mommy. We've not always agreed, and we still fight it today, but I'm just like you. Headstrong, go-getter. Just self-determination all the way. So happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. God bless you all.
All right, Madam Luke, thank you very much. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. Happy Mother's Day to every one of you once again. God bless you all, my people. And I know say this Mother's Day, it plenty. We know they remember some. We know they know the dates, because the one where they give una plenty, now only one they give women for the whole year. So our own we know them, but for the women, you guys have lots of days. So enjoy. God bless you all. I'd like to take some calls for those of you that were calling in already. So let me take some calls quickly before I move on to the next person on the panel. Please call in right now if you are hearing my voice. I'm going to take 3 calls. Let's say the first person that's going to call in, that will take it from there. Thank you, man. Wonderful people right there. I appreciate you all. Guys, press on the like button, help us to share. Let our voices go far. Okay, I noticed that you guys like to call when somebody's talking. So let me call on the next person before I come back to you guys. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. God bless you, sir. Good evening to you and happy Sunday to you. Today's Mother's Day. I can't wish you happy Mother's Day. So, all right, now somebody's already calling in now. Okay, let me take this call quickly. Thank you very much, Madam Nena. Thanks for calling in. Good evening to you, ma'am. Please talk to us. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eddy. I'm going to be very brief because I'm actually at work. I didn't really follow most of the things that you developed. The last part I saw was part of the guy that was talking about the point of the lady that was talking with the priest. The case of the guy that the woman that was talking with the priest and the guy that was talking about crusade. Both of them did not achieve in March anyway. first of all, because people go to church does not mean that we cannot take out the fact that a lot of people in Nigeria, in the name of religion, they do a lot of atrocities. Just like there are a lot of people who do atrocities in different levels. We cannot take that out. Christianity, when it comes to the way we practice it, part of the world that we come from, has taught us something else, and it's unfortunate. It's not unfortunate. But that still does not mean that there are people who do not strive to, be good because of what they get, because of what they get from the church. I'm a Christian, and I want to say something with regards to everything that Madam Good said. Like, if you can tell any person that practice of represents, and anybody who is able to be perfect in this world has become God. Nobody can be God, because God is the only one who is perfect. As long as we still have flesh and blood in us, we can never be perfect. That is what we have to do. So, looking for somebody who can be perfect, do everything in the Bible 100%, is like looking for God, and you cannot find God in man. That is just a reality. So, coming to the guy that was saying something about the 100 churches to preach, I don't know about crusade and that. Look, people misunderstand about this thing. A gospel artist is like a man who is like a medical doctor. That is his own profession. That's where he eats from. That's where he makes his money from. I don't know if you tell me, I am a nurse. This is where I make my living from. So you cannot come and begin to put some rationalizing the way I make money, as long as I don't need nobody. So a gospel artist is a person who is blessed with a talent where he makes his money from. That is where they make their living from. So when they go for a show, they go for an event and whatever, I do call them just the same way that P Square, Two Things, they will go for a show. You don't go there and start nationalizing how much they pay them and everything. That is their source of income. That is what makes this life go round. Some people are called to be come into one profession. Some people are into one. People are in different diverse professions. That is the variety that makes this life beautiful. And because these people are gospel artists, does not mean that they have to fly and come to a program for free of charge and say they take care, they go. That is their source of income. So I don't know why we're using thoughts with it. It has nothing to do with it. Does not in any way go in connection with the person who intentionally wants to be a church member. That is criminality. The lady that was working in the priest, that is just somebody intentionally wanted to dupe you because he heard that you have a certain amount of money. This is different from somebody who's coming to do his business. But that does not take as the fact that the lives of this show or any other human resource or whatever who you come with, that still does not take away the fact that they have a relationship with God.
Okay.
You are just calling to want to ask you, just like every other person. So that is just what I have to say with regards to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Lena. God bless you. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Okay, let me take another call quickly. Mr. Chimeze, thank you very much, sir, for calling. Good evening to you.
Happy Sunday.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Please talk to us.
Yeah, happy mothers to all American mothers. American things, we are different. We call football soccer, while Europe call football football. We call the one we throw football. America call it soccer. So our own thing are different. So there's something I was calling yesterday. There's something Ndume said on the issue of America. Said America, they are buying people that basically people that carry drug. No, America don't do that. I want to correct that thing he said. The thing they do is they will jail you. They will put jail on you. So America don't kill. So they will jail you. That one apart. I want to say about. I want to talk about. I want to come this way to politicians and the INEC chairman. I think we have to go after their family now. A politician, your father is a politician. Then what do you tell your father that is a politician or is a INEC chairman? Do you advise him? Your wife, you woman, do you advise your husband when he's going wrong on Nigeria, on politics, on when they rig election? Did you kind of talk to them that this thing you're doing, he call him, daddy, this thing you're doing is not good. Oh, my husband, this thing you're doing is not good. Why not follow the way people want it? Or if they are keeping moods, karma will before karma will fall on them. Because it comes the time we will go after their families. Because these politicians doesn't want to understand, they doesn't want to hear. Call your father, call him in order, call your husband, call him in order. When they are making decisions, when they are rigging election, when they are doing the evil they are doing in Nigeria, call your husband, call your family that in politicians in order. This thing you're doing to masses, to Nigerians are not good. Are you the one? Are you that husband that when you're doing stuff, you say nothing is happening? Your wife will keep mute, your family, your children will keep mute, you keep doing what you're doing. Karma is real. I will put that one that side. Then, Fubara, you have to stay strong. Don't agree with Wike and 27 legislators. Don't agree with them. They should find their way. So far, Wike have bundled them out. Then let them find their way. Let them go back to fields. Let them go and campaign. If they win, they go back. Fine. If they don't win, let them go and look for a job elsewhere. You know, I don't know reason why Wike were coming out and you guys are still clapping for them. Hey. You're giving you guys hope. That hope is hopeless. And they say renew hope, which is renew hopeless. Then, final one, now what I will tell you this. You see, church have brainwashed our people. I tell you, when I was here, my brother called people that go for family liberation. You know what they did? I said, hey, like this last video was saying, hey, sow seed. My brother went and used his phone to sow a seed. One of the pastors later on used that phone to take, he was checkmating the calls that came in, which were the names. The pastor went and picked a lady, his girlfriend. The girlfriend, he picked it and get the girl. Now talking to the girl. You call that person pastor? Hey, you saw your phone as a seed. Only God will judge all these pastors. And people need to wake up from their sleep. Go to work. Stop going to church and sleep in the church and wake up in the church. Work. If time for go to church, I don't say nobody should not go to church. Go to church. Not every day you go, you worshiping. I don't know. You say you're worshiping God, but you're not worshiping God. You're worshiping that pastor. It's not fair. If the work you will work to get money and pay your school fees, your children's school fees, you have in mind, God will throw manna, or when you walk in the street, you will jump and see money. Hey, no, who does that? When people will never wake up from all this their slumber and this their brainwashing, I pity people. You see this in this woman, this woman said, there is a law. This one is a small tip. There is a lot of them in Nigeria, and this thing is happening here in America. Hey, if I tell you how many they have started this church, the way they are going back home, church everywhere.
Thank you.
They God will help them. Thank you, Niger Watch.
Thank you,
you
sir.
so much. much.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Hello, off your device now, please. Hello, hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Your name and where you calling us from?
Yes, my name is Moses Moby Williams. I'm calling from Spain.
Okay, sir. Talk to us.
Yes. Okay. I just want to thank you so much for what you've been doing.
Thank you, sir.
You have provided me exactly an alternative to these mainstream media that are just there, talking about Tinubu and all the politicians that never won elections to where they are right now. So I prefer your station because it's giving me, it's giving me challenges like, listening to all your panelists and what they've been saying and their contributions to the politics in Nigeria. And I say I want to thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, like the case of religion. People are talking about religion, condemning religion. The Judas betrayed Jesus does not mean that they were not good apostles. So when somebody does, when a pastor does bad to you, talk about a pastor. They don't generalize, the condemnation to all Nigerian pastors. I don't live in Nigeria, and I wouldn't join anybody that is condemning all pastors in Nigeria. There are pastors, there are pastors. There are pastors that are there to make money. There are pastors that are really called by God, and they are doing the work. What happens is that many people.
Sir, but how do we recognize them? How do we recognize the good one amongst the bad ones?
Yes. The Bible says, by their fruit you shall know them.
We don't know them, sir.
When
you tell us.
Yes,
mention 5 of them that is good, sir.
No, I wouldn't call their names because if I call their names, because people listening to me right now might think, people have biased minds, towards some pastors. And that's why I wouldn't call their names.
Okay.
But if you want to know, you look at them, look at what they're doing. Look at them by their standard, by their preaching, by what they stand for. They stand for truth, and they stand for righteousness. And so I wouldn't join people who are there with that. You have to be in the system to condemn, to know what the system does. Like the guy that was talking about people paying, giving somebody 1.2 million to perform or whatever is that. That guy is just a comedian. You look at him, you know that he was just making. Throwing up these jibes to harass people's interest in what he was saying. So I don't believe him. I don't believe I didn't believe anything he said. Because you were not forced to give money. If the pastor said going higher, and then you went there and you gave your 10,000 naira, and you are blaming the pastor or blaming anybody, you were not forced to give out money. You could have kept your money because the blessing of God does not come from you giving what is not in your mind. You have to make up your mind. The Bible says God blesses a cheerful giver. A cheerful giver. So, but when you force yourself, when you go out of your voluntary standpoint to give, and you are not giving, cheerfully, and you will not receive any blessing. And let's assume that God was going to bless him for what he did. But for coming on social media to start talking about what he did, he's not getting anything. And look at him. Does it look like somebody who is being blessed by God? There are many people who have given and they are blessed. And then because somebody came on social media and is wrapping his mouth, and then people are now coming up to criticize pastors. You understand? And one thing again, my brother, you are doing a great job, but please, the issue of church, you understand, should not be a major discussion on your channel because it will offend so many people. You understand? It will offend so many people. It's a very delicate topic to discuss because, not everything that is said on social media is true. You understand? So I want to thank you, and this is all I just have to say.
Thank you, sir.
Lastly, I have never called Tinubu president because I know he never won, and I know people will disagree with me, but because I know he never won election. Just like Punch, throughout the period Buhari was there as a ruler in Nigeria, Punch never one day described him as president. Punch was always describing him as
Thank you.
as a junta, something like that, you know, military junta. Which of course, Lai Mohammed had to make a point on that one day. How can a newspaper in Nigeria not recognize the president as president? And that's the point stood on that until Buhari left the stage. So once again, I want to thank you so much, my brother. God bless you. God keep on your good work. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. All right, Madam Origin, good evening to you, ma. Thanks for calling in. Good evening. Please talk to us. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Hello.
And Origin, did you hear everything that I just said?
No.
Okay, let me start all over again. Good evening to you, ma. Thank you very much for joining us. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. And happy Mother's Day to everyone, every mother, all the mothers to be. Today is a happy day for me. My children, they just made me. I told them, today is a day I am not happy, I'm brown or black, whatever, because I wanted to launch for them to see. So it was just beautiful. And today they are the reason why I come out here, because I want their generation to be better. I want them to enjoy. I want them to not go through what we are going through. I say hello to everyone. Madam Luke, thank you so much for being in the panel. And to everyone else, I say hello. It's another great day. I just want to go straight to the point. Oh, Mama Diaspora, please, ma. Are you here? Is she here? Yes. Please, happy Mother's Day to you, ma. You're a wonderful woman. Thank you. Straight to the point, please. You all know I have said it here very, very often. I don't want us to, because the religion is not my thing, but I don't want us to throw away the baby with the bathwater. I just give you people an example. I'm not a pastor, doesn't want to be one. I had a brother who worked in the rural area, gave his life where nobody wants to go. And he didn't die because there was no money to sponsor him or support him from my family. He died because the area was, you still see areas where God is needed, because Nigeria is what it is. I rested there. And there are so many others. My church just went for a mission where about few young men that went to university, but they devoted their life to go to the rural areas. Nobody hears about this one. So when we talk about religion, we talk about Christianity, we talk about all the shenanigans that are going on around where people are manipulating themselves. And I don't want us to, throw the baby away with the bathwater. People are doing great things in Nigeria that are pastors. So I shout out for them. That being said, we know that part of the problem we are having in Nigeria is the problem of religion. And anyone that is deceiving people, I keep telling them, I am not a pastor. That's why I don't go to anybody. I go straight to my Father. If he can't solve my problem, so be it. He knows how he brought me here. He can take me back. I'm not afraid of death. So if what God cannot do for me, I don't want to go to any person to ask for it in the name of the pastor or seer or prophet. Wait, hear from God. You all have ears. So being said, I rested there. To be honest with you, when I heard that the person was talking about Mrs. Felix Adejimo, Pastor Mrs. Felix Adejimo, my heart started, because there are two of them, two women in Nigeria that are pastors that I respect. She is one of them. She is, because she is after the family. She teaches women, it's like you need to listen to her. And I know she is also into empowering, those that are, she's doing a lot, even for the widows and for people that were abused. In fact, she took it upon herself to become a lawyer just to help defend those that are abused. So anything that you say, I'm taking this with a pinch of salt, and I hope that this is not a business gone by, that someone is trying to blackmail her with I don't know. I'm just saying that with a pinch of salt. So I want us to understand that we are here on this planet where too many things are going on wrong in Nigeria, and the pastors are not left out, but there are few that are still doing the work. And one more thing I want to say, I have 1 more minute, is on this guy, Wike, that said, he didn't even say he's forgiving or he's asking for forgiveness. You see, when they talk about this forgiveness, forgiveness starts with restitution. When you know you have done something, you've got to restitute. Restitute. Don't tell us you're not God, because you have already, if there is anything like throwing God under the rug at night, under the bus, you everything that all the fights, they say God killed them. They are not the ones. People are angry at God. They are not angry at wicked. People are angry at God. They are not angry at the people that are using the name of God to do all their evil. So he should start, and then he should also start with getting back our votes back home. If he say he forgive him, he should get all the votes that he stole from us. Let us start from there. Let us see if we can forgive him. And we know all the people that died because of his unconscious and evil deeds. They may not come back, but let's see if we can save a few more. And please, though, that is my own. He's supposed to get the consequences of his evil. And those 27 people, stooges he had, he should take them wherever he's going. He should stop disturbing Fupra. Fupra should concentrate. Arrest it there. Thank you, Mr. Naida.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, callers, please let me go back to the panel. I'll come back to you guys later on. Thank you very much for those of you just joining us right now. God bless you all. The man that called in, Mr. Moses, I guess you're still listening to us. You mentioned the word that we shouldn't take the Christianity or the pastor's issue as a major topic on our platform. I think I don't know how to respond to that, as you already know that when it comes to talking about pastors on our platform, it's not even up to 1% of what we do here. So when you use the word we should take as majority, it looks like it's one of the things we talk about all the time. No. The channel is a political channel. So on Sundays, once in a while, we just change a topic and talk about something else. So the diversion on our topic here on the platform is about 1%, only 1%. In all of them. So that means even talking about the pastors and all that, or churches, is not even up to half of the 1%. But nevertheless, we still need to call out these people, any of them that is not doing the right thing. That's why I was asking earlier on. If you know the good ones, please let people know, because at the moment now, many of us are confused. We are not sure who the good pastor, the bad one, all of them. Because I know that if we ask Nigerians right now that which ones are the good pastors, they will mention the top ones that their names are top there, that have made money for themselves, the billionaires. Whereas the ones that we don't know, that doesn't have names, nobody will mention their names. So that's what we're saying. But nevertheless, what do I know? We only present it the way we say it. We don't just come here to assume. We don't talk based on assumption. We play video for you. We discuss it, we talk about it, then we'll take it from there. Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. I appreciate your advice as well, and I appreciate you saying that you prefer watching my channel than any other channel or whatever. I want to say I'm grateful. It's a collective effort here. That's what we all are doing. It's not just me. It's all of us. Myself, my wonderful panelists, my callers, my commenters. So everybody, including you, the collective effort. What our major goals is to see if we can have, by God's grace, if we can have a better Nigeria in our time. So that's why we talk about the things that's affecting us every day on this platform. But I don't know what tomorrow holds. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. So I'd like us to move on quickly. Let me call to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much, sir. It's good to have you on the show. Thank you very much for all you do, and thanks for your consistency. I'm very, very grateful. Talk to us, sir.
Mr. Elvis, thank you very much. I greet you, and well done.
Thank you, sir.
I greet all the panelists. I greet all the women, the mothers in the house. Mommy Diaspora, I greet you. Happy Mother's Day to you. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day to all the women in the house, all those that have very consistent on this platform that have called in, that are calling in even today. I greet everyone and I wish all the women once again happy Mother's Day. You know, I really we always say on this topic, even though I would have loved to talk much more on politics, but because of time, I'm not going to shy away from this religious story that you brought up today. I'm not going to shy away from it one bit. You see, I disagree with the last caller. And for me, I don't even think you hold him an explanation at all. The caller from Spain. And to some extent, I also disagree with Madam Origin too. The caller from Spain, the idea that, yes, we know that the issue of religion is very sensitive, but that should not stop us from pointing the evil out whenever we see them. It shouldn't, because the same thing that we're doing when it comes to religion is the same thing we're doing when it comes to politics. And we blame those people. We blame people in Nigeria that they are not coming out. You can see the hypocrisy. You can see the inconsistency when it comes to politics. We blame people that Nigerians are too dormant, too docile. They don't come out because they have their lovers amongst the politicians. They have those that they like, and they are ready to die for them.
Mr. Jonathan, now God, now God bless you. To be honest, the way you are going right now, this is what I was looking forward to hear. I don't just want it to come from me. Thank you very much.
The same way when it comes to religion, people have their lovers and they are also ready to die for them. So on this platform, when I come out, I always try as much as possible, not to, to avoid calling Nigerians, to come out. I try as much as possible, but in, Nigerian case is very unique. Sometimes you have no choice. You just have to call Nigerians out. Because, see, in this religion matter, whether we like it or not, in fact, it is our number one problem in Nigeria. You got to call them out when you see it. And the guy that called the second video that you show, I support him in his entirety. Everything he said there, I support it. For me, I support it 100% because everything he said there also is fact. Anybody that comes here, whether on the panel or a panelist that comes and says that he didn't know what he was saying. In fact, before you said it, I disagree with you. I don't know, maybe somebody will still say it today, or somebody will still call in and say it today. Before you even say it at all, I already disagree with you on that. Because I, for one, I am someone that when it comes to church, I have invested, I can speak. Everything he said there is fact. The issue is that people say a lot of things, they come out with their own opinion on things that they don't even know. It's unfortunate. Because sometimes on this platform, you will present you will give us presentations, sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8, even sometimes 10. I don't have to talk on all the 10. I talk on those things that I know. Even if it is one, I will spend the entire time allotted to me on that one that I know. Issues that I don't know that you presented, I keep my mouth shut. I don't have to have an opinion on everything, especially those things that I don't know. I don't have to. Those that I put out my opinion, I know one, even if they are specific professional topics. I will know one or two things about it, and I will put out my own opinion. When it comes to religion, a lot of things that people don't know, they just talk because they are Christians and they are ready to die for their lovers. Now, lovers in quotes. The church leaders, they are ready to die for them. The same way you see Nigerians, they are ready to die for their politicians. Yes. when you come out today, call protesters out today in Nigeria to come out and protest against this government. Call 100,000 Nigerians out today to protest against this government. You will also see 100,000 Nigerians that will come out and support them. And that is our problem. Unfortunately, those people that are supporting them are the most impacted negatively. The same thing in religion. The people that are coming out, they are the most impacted, and I will lay it out. Me, for one, I'm a Christian. I'm a diehard Christian, a born-again Christian. I must tell you this, but not all. But I will just briefly touch it. See, I have invested in church. I am one person. I personally, I took my pen and I wrote a check of $75,000 to church. I have done it before. I have participated at the highest level. When you talk of church, what that guy was saying at the highest level, you see, I won't go deeper. This is not the place. I just want to buttress that guy's position. When events are organized, yes, it is a business thing. See, before programs are even organized in churches, I have participated in it in the past. Before programs are organized, it's a business plan, it's a template. You must put out the business plan. I can walk into a pastor, I know them, and I can walk in now, I can say, okay, this is the program, here is the profit and loss. The same way it is done in business. Here's the profit and loss. Let's do this program. This is the expenditure, this is the profit. I tell you, in the next 3 months or in the next calendar year, that program will be included in the program of the year because it's going to generate money. That is how it is done. That is how it is done in church, in churches, whether we like it or not. But Bible have told us clearly. The word of God is very clear. It is us as Christians. We should not be morons. We should be smart believers. In 2 Corinthians 3, 1-5 is clearly stated there. I can only paraphrase it. In the last days, there will be people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money. The end part of it, verse 5, he said they will be lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. It is simply, when you see churches today, it is simply to satisfy their selfish desires and pleasure. That is what churches are today. It is much higher percentage of this than the other side. It is all about money. It is all about what is going to come in. So I feel for this lady. This lady who took his 14 million to a church pastor. I really, really feel for her. But thank God she was able to recoup her money back. There are many, I said many again, that could not. They could not get their money. There's no way for them. This is how churches are run in Nigeria. See, Mr. Elvis, I will indulge you. If you can, this very topic, something like this, put it out on a weekday. If I'm just my own opinion, put it out on a weekday. Let's hear people, and then you will know that we are so sentimental. We are so we don't have balanced opinion when it comes to this, but we can quickly judge Nigerians.
And we can judge Nigerian politicians.
We can judge Nigerian politicians. Those Nigerians, people, I've seen so many things. Those Nigerians that are crying, things are hard and all this, telling them to come out and fight for their countries, for their country. We quickly judge them, but we want to keep quiet when it comes to churches. It is, for me, I don't think that is right. And this thing is more prevalent in the Pentecostal churches, especially in Africa. Nigeria in particular, in some other African countries as well, not just Nigeria, but mostly in Nigerians, you see this thing has been perpetrated so much that people just come out and call themselves pastor. Why? For what? Just to satisfy their selfish desires and pleasures. Period. There is nothing there. There's no there, other than just this pleasure thing, the money they are going to get out of it. That's all. Unfortunately, I must say this. Most people don't even know more that they can't even see beyond their nose, because they don't know. Unfortunately, they don't know much. So they are very gullible. The lady said that the pastor, that our pastor was next to our God, because whatever the pastor says, that's what she's going to do. And there are still so many people like that. So many millions of Nigerians like that. And that is why Nigeria is where we are today. The same way, look at what is happening in Nigeria today. The ills of our society, the degradation of the Nigerian society. From where do you want to start from? The church should be the platform to advocate for good governance. The first prominent platform should be the church. That platform that they have every Sunday, that they will stand on that platform and propagate for a better Nigeria. But they will not do that. They will not do that because they work together. And this country cannot move forward until we are successfully able to separate church from governance. If Nigeria can do that, then the country will start moving forward. Not until that time. So people should not tell us that, yes, we know, we are aware. I am aware that religion is a sensitive matter. It is a sensitive matter. But that should not stop us when we see the ills, when we see the problems. That should not stop us from pointing it out. Because at the end of the day, we are all in it together. It's going to affect us one way or the other. See, Nigerians are talking in the last week, just in this last week, they are talking about this cybersecurity levy. I'm expecting pastors to come out. I've not seen any church leader to come out. Why? Because it doesn't affect them. That is Nigeria for you. It doesn't affect them because the politicians know very well, and they included them on the exemption list. Donation to churches, donation to non-profit organizations, and all these churches are registered, incorporated as non-profit businesses. So it doesn't affect them. Can you imagine a situation where they are not included in that exemption list? All else will have let loose by now. The whole place will be fire now. The church pastors will be. Can you imagine that all your collections on Sunday, when you take it to the bank on Monday morning, they will deduct 0.05%. Do you know how much millions, billions of naira that some churches deposit into the account on a monthly basis, bi-monthly basis, annual basis? Take away the 0.5. Do you think they will have sat down, just keep quiet like this? But they kept quiet. We are not hearing anything. So it's not that the church is not on the side of the people, whether you like it or not. Well, I don't care. The church is just for the people that runs the church. The church is run as a business, pure and simple. No program. I've participated in programs with churches. I used to attend a Pentecostal church, the major one, the biggest in Nigeria, and I've participated in programs that cost us $1 million to organize. $1 million to organize. And before the program was approved by the main man, the GO, we have to prove to him that we are going to generate 25% profit before he sign on it, that is going to attend. Yes, that is how it is. So you can be in you can be in that circle, church attenders. You just sit down in the congregation. You don't have a clue. You don't have a clue. You don't have an idea. If you have the slightest idea of what is going on, then perhaps your opinion will change slightly. And finally, I will end on this. See, the fact that we love a church leader or a pastor, or we love his or her teachings, doesn't mean that we should run away from bringing them to order whenever they fall short. No, it doesn't mean that. But that is exactly what it is in Nigeria, what we see mostly. Once people love their pastor, when they are listening to the pastor, they shut out their sense of reasoning. It will take somebody else to listen to the pastor and be pointing out the errors. But for those people that love their man of God, they will not hear all those faulty teachings. They won't. They won't hear it at all. They will be hearing something else. Got to desensitize yourself. Have an open mind when you are listening to these people, and you will see the errors. You will see the errors in the teachings. They are all you will see you won't listen long before you see the errors. But when you love them, in fact, it will literally take some pastor to tell some people, go and get a GUN. I don't want to call the name here. Get a GUN. Literally, some pastors can get a GUN and go and buy. So they will have done it before they know. Like this woman, when the pastor told her that, go and take 14 million and deposit it into my account. If it is worse than that, that's how she will have done it. And then she will face the consequences all alone by herself. So, Mr. Elvis, I will just leave it at that. How I wish that this kind of topic, you throw it out on a weekday and then let people come out. And let's see whether people are very, very, open and straightforward, no controversy, no hypocrisy, just deal with it head on. But we will hide on the sensitivity. Religion is sensitive. I don't want to talk about it. I love my pastor. I love my GO. Whatever he does, it does not matter. He's the GO. That is what is killing us in Nigeria. God help us. Mr. Elvis, I will leave it at that for now. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the time and the opportunity.
Okay.
Once again, I wish all the women happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. God bless you. I believe you have spoken the voice, the mind of so many people, to be honest. But I would like to quickly add this to it, because if you notice, me, I don't just want to argue tonight and all that, but I'm going to let people know. See that Nigeria that you and I are fighting for, we might likely not go anywhere when we are selective on what we are fighting for. I've said it before on this platform. You all know that I didn't support Tinubu. I never wanted Tinubu to be my president. Not because I hate him or I don't like him. I just know that nothing good will come from Tinubu. What I'm wishing or hoping for, that better Nigeria that I'm looking forward to, I know that I can never get it from Tinubu. This is why I was not supporting him. I supported Mr. Peter Obi. But you see, when we call Tinubu out on this platform, so many of us are very happy. But when it comes to calling out your father, your mother, automatically Nigeria should become a bad person, or the platform will become a bad platform. That's why it's going to be difficult for us to have that better country that you and I are craving for. Because we cannot be sentimental, we cannot be selective on who we can talk or call out. You and I know, if you don't want to be biased, if you don't want to be sentimental, you and I know that the majority, or rather the main issue or problem that we have in Nigeria, before you mention two, religion is already part of it. Like our elder brother that called in earlier on saying that they are good ones. I'm looking forward to the day somebody will call into the show and name the good ones, because we want to know. Because the ones that I used to know, or many of us used to know, have disappointed many of us. So now we want to know, maybe there's still the good ones that you know. Maybe from there, we will get to know how biased you are, you know, how selective you are in fighting for a better Nigeria. Mr. Jonathan said it all. I just wanted to add to it. We can never have that better Nigeria when we are selective. Yes, you and I know, or many of you listening to me right now know that my dad is a chieftain in PDP. I've said it so many times here. But the reason why sometimes I recapitulate on this is because we have new subscribers all the time. So we need to re-echo it. Upon my dad being a chieftain of PDP, my dad is part of the people that decide what happened in PDP in Edo State. My dad, them and Nene, later Nene, all of them, they are the one that decide these things. I'm talking about my biological lovely father, but I supported Peter Obi, the Labour Party. Guess what? My dad supported me to follow my choice. That is what I will do to my children as well. I can never force my children to support me for my selfish interest. The only thing my dad was always telling me is that when you are talking, and my mom as well, she's always here with me. All I hear from there is that when you are talking, listen to yourself. In case you go wrong, you can quickly amend it. That's the benefit of listening to yourself. So if I can go against the satanic PDP, which I know my dad is a chieftain there, my own father, then it means, and I've also mentioned on this platform so many times, that if you caught my father or my mother in any act that is against this country that you and I are fighting for, call them out. We are not going anywhere. In case you guys are not aware, I'm just living my life because I have one. You listening to me, you have one. We all pray for good health, long life, but don't ever forget that we have one. Death is inevitable. A time will come, by God's grace, which all should live long with good health. A time will come, you will be no more. You will answer your own stance different from your father or mother. We can't have a better Nigeria when we are selective. We can't have a better Nigeria when you see a lady cried out, calling out a pastor who scammed or almost scammed her. But what we are seeing is this person is one of my best. Like Mother Origin called in earlier on saying that the lady is more, she only have two people that she believe or love or listen to. This one is one of the best or one of them. You see, for some of you, even our elder brother that come from Spain, I want you guys to understand that if you are enjoying my show, when I'm calling out the corrupt politicians that you want to hear, but the day I will call out the one that you love, then I start having a problem. You start hating me, or you now decided I don't want to call into the show or contribute to the show or join the panel anymore. That means there's a problem somewhere. This is what I talk about all the time. This is what I talk about. We cannot talk about A, everybody will fill the panel, will be happy. But when we talk about the one you love, like Mr. Jonathan said, in all the politicians that we are calling out to do the right thing, we have the same Nigerians that love some of them. They are not happy. Maybe that's why we get attacked all the time on this platform, because they love the man. They love the person that you are calling out. The same person you are saying that is a corrupt person, they have a followers. So these followers frown at us whenever we call out either their principal, or whoever they look up to. The same way you are frowning that we call out the person you are looking up to in religion. It's just the same way. Mr. Jonathan finished work in that submission. And I've also said before, for you to know that I'm not here to advocate or preach or call out anybody and exempt myself. I've told everybody on this platform so many times, me myself speaking, the day I do anything wrong, contrary to what I preach, please call me out. Please do. Because the day you now say, oh, Mr. Naja was a man why I love. No, although this thing we do so not good, but I don't want to put. You are already satanic. Yes, I'm not saying criticize me. Call me out. How can I just deliberately, for example, you now hear tomorrow that I went to collect money from one politician? You know that as human beings, when we are doing things, we know they know say one day go link or we go to say now we na plan pass. I'm robbers wey they see say go the rob for bank. Now the plan pass, so the day when they catch them, I tell you that day they plan well. They put full tank for their car or the car where they snatched from anybody or whatever. They planned everything. They not tie the rubbish they tie on their waist. Everything, they make sure they have enough bullets, everything. They planned properly. But upon all that, they still catch them. So if you are amongst the people, even though we know none of us is perfect, you're amongst the people that plan this satanism, plan to do one or two things. After all, nobody inside this room where I do this thing. Listen, my people, one day you will still be exposed. Yes. So please, guys, if we really want to have a better Nigeria, please let's say it how it is. You don't need to insult them, but just say it how it is. And if you know we are wrong, we are here to learn. Nobody is perfect here. Not me, not my panelists, not my listeners, my callers, my commenters. But at least it will be nice. You call into this show one day to say, no, they are good pastors. Not all pastors are bad. Then please also be bold or brave or whatever to say, these are the good pastors, so that Nigerians can hold you to your word. It's just that during the time of election, some people were, campaigning for Tinubu, but they were shy. I was beginning to ask, why are you shy? Campaigning for Tinubu. You say Tinubu is your principal. You come to the panel, we ask you, who are you supporting? You say, no, I don't want to talk about the person I'm supporting yet. Why now? That's almost the same thing that is happening now. Nobody supported these pastors that can boldly call into the show to say, this is the good one. At least make we hold you to it. In case anything happen tomorrow, we will drag you to say, now you tell us, say, now the good one be this. For me, I'm curious to know. There was a day I generalized here. Some of you called me out, which I love that. And I took it back to say, okay, I'm not generalizing, but I know 80% of these people, all of them are satanic. So please, guys, for us to have a better Nigeria, we need to be straight. If not, we are not going anywhere. I'm telling you, we are not going anywhere. Yes. That's why I normally say you cannot judge A, based on what B do or what C do. Me, I'm just living my own life, my life. So judge me, by Elvis, me, Nigeria was me. Thank you very much, Madam Origin. You are calling back. I think you want to respond to this. Madam Origin, you are there, please. You only have 2 minutes, please. Hello, Madam Origin.
Yes, okay, no problem.
Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead.
Continue.
2 minutes.
Okay, so just a quick one, because Mr. Jonathan, I believe you misunderstood what I was saying. I am no respecter of persons. And the fact that I said she is one of those I listen to, and I mean it. It's just like I wanted to say something on this thing, but it's long. if someone, I respect you, Mr. Jonathan. I respect Mr. Niger. Why I don't come here just because I want to listen to some. It's because I know this place is a very authentic place. So if anybody comes and say, Mr. Niger, what you did this, Mr. Jonathan, I joined the bandwagon and say, yes, so bring him, let's give him. Yeah, but that is not going to be fair. I find out that definitely this person did this. Oh my God, I will be the one to raise the fire and say, no, you can't do this. So what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, if you listen, the bullet point is, don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. I still believe that there are good pastors in Nigeria. It's just that maybe you and I do not, or know them. But what I also encourage everyone, this God, church and God is a personal thing. Please take God seriously. Let it be a one-on-one thing. If you say it's your father, just make it personal. Don't just come and somebody, a business go wrong, maybe someone, let's be serious. I don't believe in religion. I believe that Christ came, died for me. And if you want to tell me you're my father, first go and die for me first. So my business is seriously with God, and I want every Nigerian to be serious with God and stop letting people deceive you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Let your business be between you and God. Although I'm not here to talk about church, but I'm only saying, my people, for us to have a better Nigeria, we must be truthful to ourselves. We must be able to call out whoever that is standing on our way to have a better country. Because you and I know the reason why we are suffering today, we don't have that better Nigeria that we all have been craving for since 1960 to date. You and I know religion is part of it. Yes, but when it comes to that area, nobody want to talk anymore. Nobody want to talk about it. Nobody want to offend anybody. Nobody, I don't understand. For that, our brother to say that, you should do the majority of your platform to talk about this thing, that was baffling, because when we talk about if we talk about the word majority, is politics. But normally, even though we are talking about religion every day here, I still don't see anything wrong about it. But unfortunately, if you go to comment section in other platform when they talk about religionism and all that, then you see people saying that, oh, you cannot judge, you cannot talk about man of God, let God talk about him, let God do this, let God. We are not going anywhere. Listen, guys, in case you're not aware, there are so many things our politicians saw in Nigeria, that have overshadowed us or that have blindfolded us, that makes them to do what they are doing to us today. In case you're not aware, there are so many things they saw. They know that we are easily distracted. They know that we like religionism or we like our pastors so much. They know that we like our ethnicism so much. They use all these things against us. During the time of election, they use them against us. So let them fight themselves and kill themselves. I'm not interested. As long as I win this election and get to the office, that's my business. My prayer is for us to have a better Nigeria in my time. I want you guys to know that if you call out Tinubu, it's not only Tinubu that is bad in politics. If they will call all out your papa, your mama, also accept it. They will call out your pastor, your bishop, or your apostle, or whatever you call them. Accept it. They will call out your wife, your husband. Accept it. They will call out your children. Please accept it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Iris Finance. Thank you. I can see you right there. Thank you. God bless all my people. Divine Cross, God bless you. I appreciate every one of you right there. Please help us to press on like button and help us to share. I'd like to call on the next person to talk to us, which is Mr. Odua. Then we'll come to Oga Chris, who's just coming in. Mr. Odua, please unmute yourself, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. 8 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Yawosh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, can we hear me?
So we can hear
you. Go
ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, all the panelists, the commenters, listeners, and viewers. Happy Sunday to everyone. Mr. Moderator and Mrs. Moderator, good evening to all. Well, the topic of today is that they complain of Abia people that the governor has not paid for months now. Well, if they complain that they have not paid, for me, they have to do verification. So when they verify that they are really working, doing their normal service, and the man did not pay, then they can come out and say he did not pay. Well, if Abia's governor have not even paid, for the Abias, you have to be nothing. Because for years, they have the governors who were not paying and not doing anything. So if the money that the man will have used to pay them salary is using it to develop their land, they should be happy. Because they are seeing his work with their money. Not like those who sit in the positions for 6 months or 7 months, they will not pay them. And they will not even do anything without their money. And they have not come out to cry. Anyway, I can see this one as the work of the opposition. Because to pay for work, to pay for your service, I believe we don't have such somebody if the person really do this duty the way it's supposed to be. I will ask these people that are complaining now, when they get to their office in the morning, do they start work? If their work is supposed to be 8 o'clock, do they start at 8 o'clock? Then if they have to close by 4 o'clock, do they get to 4 o'clock before they close? Do they not have prayer and worship when they come to that office in the morning? Does that include to their service? Do they not have midweek service that they are leaving to their office and go? Do they not have evening service when it's not yet time for close and they will go? Do they not have prayer meetings? Do they not have conventions and conference that enable them living those their duty they are called to do and attend to? Then who will not pay them for those their negligence of not completing their duties? Well, so for me, they should make their duty fulfill the hours, because here in Europe, there's no shortcut. You cannot leave your service and go and attend to say you want to go and see God that nobody have ever seen. And no eye will also still see. Then you will leave the main duty that will result practical in the life of people who live in your area, which you represent to work for. Then you go out doing this with the spirit oath. Well, so that is for that. So let them wait and see if he did not pay them. And if he did not still pay them, they should be happy because he have used their money to work for them. Because for me, now if I work for a person, he did not pay me, then he used the money to build my house. I would be very happy because maybe if that money comes to my hand, I would have not built that house. So that is for what I will say over that. Then for our brother who called from America and said that I said yesterday that in America they buy drug people. I don't know if he heard me clearly. When I said the people that are terrorizing Nigeria, that if it is to be America, such people will have been in Guantanamo. I did not say those who are into drug, who take whatever they take that will destroy themselves for rehabilitation. No, I said for those who are terrorizing the country. That is what I said. You will go back and listen to that video very well. I said instead of such people now to be put in their positions, Nigeria are now making law against those people who they claim to be traffickers that we did not even know, drug traffic, that we did not even know if they exist, which are not Nigeria problem. That the main Nigeria problem that this man did not make law that we put them into Guantanamo, which America are doing. That they are not, so that is why I just want to correct him, or if he did not understand well. So that is for that. Then for the religion, this is why I always told people, or I always say, not only here, I always said, If anyone has gone to heaven and returned back and told us and described how it looked like in the Bible or in the Quran, I will believe religion. And if no one has ever gone to hellfire and returned back to come and describe how it looked like, automatically they are fallacies and they are deceiving people. Look at what that lady said, that they defraud her 14 million. And instead of people who are in charge, who create that business center to tell their workers, return back this money to the owner, they started telling the person that you give to a pastor, you did not give to a church. I did not understand the difference between the pastor and the church. That, if not that church, will that lady know that pastor? You see, Hosea 4:6 said, my people perished because they lack of knowledge. When you go to this church, they brainwash all of us. Me, I was once a victim. I was once a victim of such. They brainwash you with Malachi 3:8-10. The Lord said, you are robbing me. If you did not come and pay your tithe and offering, that devourer will be in their house. So for you to avoid devourer, come and pay your tithe and offering. Then they will start using all different kinds of ways to collect money from you. They will tell you tithe, this, pastor that, first lady this, first name that, roofing sheet, name cleaning grant. They will start collecting money in all different angles. As a person who really believes that God are using these people or who are zealous to see God, whatever these people said that time, you don't argue it, because they have a place they will quote in Romans for you and say, just do your own and leave the rest for God. You don't have right to judge the servant of God. It is only God that have right to judge him. That the curse be upon everyone who is judging the servant of God. So these people will be afraid to see the light from the darkness. So whatever this pastor do now is you do your own and leave the rest for God. Now they are bringing one another language and say, sow a seed, sow a seed. This seed from the Genesis to Revelation, I never found a place where Bible said they should be sowing a seed. But because the Pentecostals who came in the profit in their own greedy and business-minded people who believe to defraud their own black brothers is the best things in life, they start telling you, bring a seed, bring tithe, bring offering, pastor travel. They use all different ways of a manner of language to make sure you bring out your money. And if you did not pay, you will be ashamed. It will as if you did not like God. The kind of preaching they will preach that day, that the woman who has only 2 coins, just give all you have to Jesus or give to God. Then Jesus Christ said, the person that gives the highest is this woman who give all she has. You will be forced in your spirit to give all you have to God. Then when you go home, you will be hungry. They will still use all words of trick on you. That there was one person who were serving God faithfully, who really served God. He gave all that she has to the Lord, and he went home. He did not have anything to eat. He just carried pot and put stone and put water. He started boiling it. His children were not asking, Mommy, this food has not yet done. He said, don't worry, the Lord will provide. The Lord will provide. Before you know, one man from one direction that has forgotten this family, the Lord just send that person. He just bring food. Everybody will shout. Your spirit will not will empty your pocket. They will tell you, empty your pocket for the Lord. But me, I have not found where it's written in the Bible that empty your pocket for the Lord. So they use all a manner of ways to deceive people. So that is for Christianity. Because me, myself, I was a victim of it. To the extent I was unable to buy shoe for myself. The same pastor that were collecting my money, we are not the one telling me that I cannot afford to buy shoe for myself. Then I regret. I say, that is why today I doesn't go to church. Because of that thing. So today I cannot buy shoe because I will not take my money to go and give to that God that sells shoe. He will give me shoe. If I want to buy shirt, I will give my money to that God that sells shirt. He will give me shirt. That the same pastor mock me after he has collected my money. When my father late, the same pastor told me that the people that are not going to church, that the church cannot help them. And this was the same church, the same pastor who always tell me that whatever you have, come and give it to the Lord. Then he told us, we were 3 in that church. The same pastor told us that we should go and look for help in anywhere to do our federal burial. And this is the same pastor who used Bible to tell us that we don't have any association with these people because light and darkness has nothing in common. That unbeliever has nothing to do with Christians. Then when my father we are no longer home, you told me not to go and meet those holy believers to give me something to do my burial. So these are what Christianity have deceived us up to. Now, today we pay money. Me, I'm using myself as example. We pay money to build a school. In the name of government school, we are not good enough. So people we are no longer learning from government school because government school, they will always strike this and that. So we raise that money and build a school. That's so that our children can learn. But did you know that the people who raise that money and build that school, today, their children are unable to pay school fees in that school. So they return back to the government school that was not teaching. So what kind of Christianity are we preaching? Then I want to say something. One of our sisters said that the gospel singer is their, I think, is their occupation. So I've never found what it is written in the Bible that gospel singer is occupation. That you have to leave they have to start inviting you or taking you as they are inviting Davido from different programs to collect money. If you have local people in that service, okay, let me put
round up 30 seconds, please.
So local people in that service cannot give you the song that God will answer, except you invite the one that we use to collect money from people. Where it's a pity when the pity man fall into pity where there is no one to pity him. So unfortunately, people perish because they lack of knowledge. In book of Luke chapter 10, in book of Luke chapter 19, from 9 to 10, Zacchaeus said, I will return all those things I have taken from people illegally to them when Jesus Christ paid him a visit. But this woman, they told this woman, you did not give your money to God. They could not able to tell their pastor, return what you've taken from this person illegally to him. It was what a pity. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Odua. Yes, sir.
Mr. Odua, I was rolling on the floor throughout your submission.
Thank you, Mr. Odua, for you.
Oh my God.
Mr. Elvis, why did you stop Mr. Odua
now? That's Mr. Odua for you. You know, this one, like say this one pay now, not be small. They don't shook hand for Mr. Odua eye. Because this Nigeria, man, this is the situation we find ourselves. Anyway, I would like to quickly divert a little bit because Madam Iris Finest asked a question earlier on. If Governor Oti is owing money, he's not owing any money. All this satanic set of people are just trying to tune the facts to propaganda. The situation is Governor Oti came in as a governor, and there's ongoing verification that is currently going on in Abia State. As you and I know that in the history of Nigeria, we have lots of people that are receiving salary, they are not actually doing their work. So Governor Oti is trying to be sure of those that is actually doing their work, you know, and those that is not doing their work based on his predecessor. So some people have been verified and they have received their money, while the one that that are complaining now, they have not passed them. So they have to wait to be passed. Then you receive your money. He's not owing any money. He's going through verification, and that is how it's supposed to be. We are tired of paying ghost workers all the time in Nigeria. Some people live abroad in the UK, and they are receiving salary in Nigeria through the government. Are you not aware of that? So it's crazy. So for me, Governor Oti is not owing money. Madam Iris Finance, I thought I should respond to that. Thank you. Let me take this call before I come to Mr. Chris. Ms. Ogashimizi, you are calling back. Only 1 minute you have, sir.
But I want to correct our Edwin. It's not you I say, Ali Indume. Because he's about America kill drug offenders. So I say it's not, the America don't do that. They will jail you.
Okay.
So that's why. I didn't say him, I didn't call him, so I want to correct that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I want to pick one. I want to pick one point to what he said.
Okay.
This new generation is the one, they are the one that spoil Nigeria. When Catholic, Anglican, some of them, those country churches then, before this new generation church came on board, they are the one that spoil Nigeria. Thank you so much, Nigeria Watch.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, we have Law of God is my strength on the phone. Good evening to you, man. Thanks for calling in. Please talk to us. Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you, man. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you very much, my darling. Happy Mother to every ladies on the platform. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I just want, first of all, there was one last word you said, that there are some people in the UK who are collecting salary. Yes, in Nigeria, I've met a girl like that, that's living in the UK, and his name is in one of the local governments in Lagos State. She was one of those who worked for Tulumbu during the election. And not she's in the UK now, she ran to the UK because of the suffering. And every day she's causing Tulumbu, but she's receiving 40,000 naira every month. And if they share a bag of rice, they share to her children in Nigeria. She lives here in the UK, and that is true. It's like a ghost worker. She doesn't work, but she receives salary. So I just want to talk about this pastor thing. You see, yes, we know that a lot of pastors, they spoil Christianity. And one thing I want to tell people, you see, when we say Christianity, Jesus did not bring Christianity. Let's know that. The Christian, the name you see, Christian, it was given to the apostles when they went to Antioch. Because of their behavior, their likeness of behavior to Christ, they were now called Christian. For me, I don't think Christian is anything that anybody should emulate themselves to now. We should call ourselves believers in Christ. Because if you look at it now, this Christianity has been banditized everywhere. There's no sincerity. I saw something on one of these platforms, and that thing I couldn't sleep. A boy of 18 years was vandalized by a pastor in Warri. So you see, one thing that we say that we are the problem of ourselves. If you cannot sit down to study your Bible, the Bible says, study yourself, approve unto the Lord, a workman that is not ashamed to put you the truth of Christ. If you cannot do that, you will be deceived. If somebody is telling you to bring your money, that when you bring money, miracle will happen. God, there's no money. They don't print money in heaven. Money is on this earth. They don't use money in heaven. You have to work hard for your money. So if you are that person that they are telling that unless you put money will fill any place, you are the one who is doing yourself. Don't blame the pastor. They are getting their money. You should go and read the Bible and sit down and study it, so that when the pastor is preaching, you will be like a Beru Christian who go home and cross-check their Bible. Even Paul was teaching then. They still went to open their Bible and study to see if he was saying the truth. And this was an apostle speaking to them. So Nigerians, if you have been deceived, take your money has been stolen from you because you did not read your Bible. Don't blame any pastor. And let me tell our brother, it's very funny, Shabro Dua. You are saying that, oh, you don't go to church again. I don't go to church, but I still have my relationship with God. I stop going to church because I get tired of what I see. But I still have my solid relationship with my Father. So what I want to say, don't let people discourage you. I'm telling you, God lives, and God lives in Christ. If you cannot see it, I'm sorry. That means you don't know what you are following before. You are just following pastor.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Thank you.
So read your Bible and know Him for yourself. It's a relationship. It's not
Thank you.
and take. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. God bless you. Okay, guys. I appreciate every one of you right there. I think we should move on now. For those of you coming in, God bless you now. Thank you so much. Let's stand for what is right. It's very, very important. If we want to have a better Nigeria, let's stand for what is right. Let's be able to call out anybody that is doing the wrong thing, not just the ones that you hate. You cannot call out Tinubu, everybody will be happy. And we call out the person that we love, then it becomes a problem. Then we can't have a better Nigeria like that. Oga Chris, it's good to have you on the show. Please talk to us. Good evening to you. Happy Sunday to you.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Nanjarosh. Congratulations on the victory of Arsenal. I hope that's in order.
Yes, so
Me too. I've been a gunner all my life, so
now only
congratulations.
one game remain. What can I pray
And
for
at
us?
that Aston Villa match, assuming we are able to win that match, the story would have been ended by now.
Then
Well,
or Tuesday we'll decide. Or Tuesday,
yeah,
Tottenham and
let's
Man City. Yeah.
let's hope
Thank you.
we can do this. Yeah. Well, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the house and then all the mothers listening to us from all over the world. I wish you all the best of Mother's Day and you reap the fruit and the benefit of motherhood. And good evening, people on the comment section, the people in the panel. I greet all of you now. And today's topic, they really get us to be. That's the religion part. So because of that, I would like to attend to that one last. First of all, Nanjaros, thank you. You don't already debunk the Alex Otsi matter, so there's no need to talk about that again. Then for Fubara, I don't say if you come the matter of Fubara, a lot of us with a day carried away. With a day carried away in the sense that with a thing say Fubara na sent. I know the anger way most of us get against Wike now because of the role that he played in the last election. But let's not forget that Wike and Fubara, they were in that team. They worked together to ensure that the votes in Rivers State didn't count. Fubara is part and parcel of it. So whatever Fubara is doing today, I'm very sure he's not doing it because he loves Rivers State so much. He's doing it first for his own survival. And I believe as the plot thickens, we'll begin to see the way these things. Don't forget, initially when this problem, the first time they had this problem, that was how everybody they clap for Fubara, clap for. But when him and this same weekend, when they meet Tinubu finish, Tinubu settled them. The Fubara I not change mouth. You know, begin they talk, say there is nothing between you and Wike, people now they misunderstand them. This same Fubara, that was what he said. He said now people and journalists just they misunderstand everything. And moreover, even if you want to fight for justice, must you use injustice to fight against justice? Must you go and destroy, you go and set fire on the House of Assembly? That is arson. That is a treasonable offense. And the next thing is planning to go and destroy the legislative quarters. You can see they are all just the same coin, but different side. So for me, it's better that we don't separate these guys. They are the same. They are all vampires. They feed on blood, but it's all depend on the point which they require this blood to keep them living. Just let Fubara sit down. Just let him settle down. Let everything be on his table. Then you start seeing the true color of Fubara. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. So it shouldn't be strange. I think that's why these politicians in our country, they are able to get away with all these things they do, because they know we are very sentimental, we are easily swayed, and we have a tendency of not looking at things from very robust angle. We just look at it, everything ephemerally, okay, this, as long as they are pandering to our primordial sentiments. Fubara is as bad as Wike. Wike is as bad as Fubara. They are all in this game together. They all stand for the same thing. Wike loot, Wike loot, Wike loot. Can Wike loot without the approval of Fubara, who was the accountant general of the state? He was there approving everything. Everything is campaigning against. He saw all of them. And yet he decided to play along with Wike. Now he's fighting Wike, and people are joining him. No, I'm not going to join in that kind of fight. Because in the first place, if not for Wike, how will Fubara even ever become the governor? Is it not the same shenanigans, the same wickedness of Wike that made Fubara the governor in the first place? The same disrespect for the rule of law, the same draconian moves of Wike, the same gigantic move of Wike that he suppressed every other person in PDP in Rivers State to bring Fubara. It's the same wickedness that made Fubara the governor, the same wickedness he's complaining against. So for me, I think he has no moral justification to be complaining. Now, even if he complains as a politician, but I don't know why we get carried away. Is it because of the pain of what Wike did in the last presidential election? If that's the case, then you should at Fubara. We should channel the same pains towards Fubara as well, because they were all in that boat together. The funds that they used in siphoning the wishes of the people, it was Fubara that gave approval to all those funds. He covered up all those funds. He masterminded. He perfected everything. He cooked the books for Wike. So he shouldn't come here and be crying. Well, like I said, he can cry, but I think we should be careful. We shouldn't just flow with him and now feel that he's the victim. He's not the victim. He's a perpetrator like Wike. They are all the same. They are all sick. They are all smelling. Well, I'll just go to the aspect of religion. I think, I don't know. I don't really know, because there are many sides to this issue. I think maybe one day we'll just take one day and dissect this issue properly, because people are looking at it from different sides. Some people are saying there are no true religion, there are no. See, there are different ways you can look at this, and to say that religious leaders, they've not really done much in Nigeria, in Nigeria's politics. Yeah, well, I agree. Maybe they've not done as much as we wanted them to do. But I still know that some religious leaders, they have spoken up when they needed to. They have. They have truly spoken up. Because we remember clearly there's one what's his name? Bishop Oyedepo. He spoke out severally against the murderous activities of these headsmen across the nation. He was speaking out constantly, and he was constantly criticizing Buhari. He did that for a long time, and he warned Nigerians against voting for him. He warned, even Tinubu, he also warned Nigerians. I think he did his bit. He could have done more. And let's not forget all his apostles, the people that he mentored, like Enenche in Abuja, was also doing his bit. And also this other man in Port Harcourt, the Biyome, also tried to do his bit. But we are also aware that it's these same religious leaders, they used Professor Yemi Osibajo, Pastor Yemi Osibajo, to kind of validate the evil that Buhari represents. People said because Osibajo is there, he's going to moderate things, blah, 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 blah. Osibajo, as a representative of religion, allowed himself to be used to cover that devilish aspect of Buhari, but some of us kept shouting. And unfortunately, when Osibajo got there, he continued and covered for Buhari, actually, instead of being the voice of dissent in that administration. But rather, he was even worse. It's not the same pastor that they said he was going to give the administration a kind of a religious look. Wasn't not the one during election. He was busy distributing trader money all over the places, using trader money to rig election. That was exactly how they rigged Osun State elections. We've not forgotten any of these things. Anytime election is coming, it's trader money. They did it in Edo State as well. So you understand that when people complain against this religious leader, people have rights to do that. Absolutely. I think the question is even that can we spare them if they are not doing what they are supposed to do? For me, no. You have to call them out. If they've not done well, they should be called out. And if they do well, they should also be praised. And saying that there are no religious how will I say that, man? They are not good religious people in Nigeria. I think I beg to disagree. It's just about looking for something in the wrong place. It's not all denomination that believe so much in this money crazed Pentecostal movement. I've been invited to a church before, right there in Nigeria. When I was asking the person that invited me, when are we going to give offering? And he told me that usually they don't give offering in the church. That's only when they have something important to do. If there's a project coming on, they'll just announce that this is the project coming on, donate whatever you have. And most of the time, if they can achieve it, they do it at any time they are able to achieve it. They don't have to force any person. They don't have to say, if you have 10 billion, stand up. If you have 5 billion, stand up. If you have 1 naira, stand. They don't do all those. I think that was quite impressive. And also, if we focus only on the big and known churches, we might just miss the whole point. I believe strongly that not I repeat, not all religious leaders are as bad as we think. Yeah, there are a lot of them that are very corrupt, like we can see, but there are still very many good ones. And not until we look at the right direction, we are never going to find those ones. And again, I still need to make this very clear, in clear terms, without ambiguity. In some of us, I don't know if we are talking about religious leaders not doing enough or Christianity. There is God. You have to believe there is God. There is a God there that oversees the affairs of men, no matter how you look at it. There is. The galaxy system is just too organized. Everything in the world is too organized for any person to have thought that this thing, they just happened on their own. No. It is not magic. Somebody must have been responsible for the orderliness in the universe, even in the world, even in the human system. So we cannot entirely use what's happening in Nigeria to judge if a God truly exists or if religion is good or religion is not good. Like I keep saying, I've been using the word loosely, religion, just to fit into our discussion. Because we ought to know there's a huge difference between religion and spirituality. Even from time immemorial, before the coming of Christ, Edolites, we always believe that there's a God out there. In short, before we have the Obas, we used to have Ogiso before the name was changed to Oba. And Ogiso actually means Ogiogiso, the king of the sky, which literally means that we know there's a king up there in the sky. And that king is being represented by the Oba, but then they were called Ogiso. So, and if you see the names that Benin's used to have, even before the advent of Christianity, it's always linked to God. Osarodion, Osadis, Osadat, Osaboyin. It's a way of paying credence to the fact that there's a God out there that oversees the affairs of men. So, but we know the way politicians are in general, they corrupt everything that they touch. So I don't think that's enough for we to make the judgment that religion ought not to be or spirituality ought not to be. There are good ones there, there are bad ones there, but unfortunately, the bad ones tend to overshadow the effects of the good ones. Wasn't it shocking that when one of the top most religious leaders went to visit Kaduna, he opened his mouth to tell Nigerians that El Rufai is a good man. That El Rufai is a good man. El Rufai that has superintended over every manner of atrocities you can ever think about. His charges against other religions, his intolerance, complete intolerance to other religions in the country. But this so-called man of God or God of men did not see that. He was busy praising El Rufai. That is a good man. These are the kind of things that infuriate people, that gets people really angry and make them start throwing as passion. Instead of today's religious leaders, but by extension to God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth. Because we've also seen how religious leaders, they have aired the sensitivity of the people by telling us to pray for a government that is responsible for destroying lives and property. You are using double standard. The same you that will encourage people to protest against a government that has not done half of what this government is doing. You want us to pray for this government. The same thing you did against Buhari's second term. The same thing you did against Buhari's second term. In the month of Oshibajo, when he had that helicopter crash, he said he met his daddy, and daddy said to ask him about how is the campaign going. Said the campaign is going fine, that God will see them through. God will see Buhari through a second term to come and finish the unfinished work. So when religious leaders, if they degenerate themselves to this level, then they should be ready to take all the insults, all the missiles coming from left, right, and center, because they've not stood up to what they represent. But I think a distinction should be made, a dichotomy, a very clear-cut dichotomy in that matter should be made against casting aspersion on the religious leaders who have decided not to do what they are supposed to do, and against extending that aspersion to the Almighty God who created you and I, who is responsible for everything that goes on in this world. So I think in bringing this home, we really need to separate politics from religion. Otherwise, this is how we are just going to continue. Even if politics should be mixed with religion, it has to be in the proper way. And let's not forget the major revolutions that took place in America. I think the church has a role to play. The church had a role to play. Martin Luther King, we know that he was a religious man. He's used his position to kind of bring about a radical change. And Malcolm X himself, I think he was a Christian, later he converted to a Muslim, but he had some iota of religion in him. So we shouldn't just throw away the the baby and the dirty bath water. We should try to separate these two issues because they are two clear-cut issues. Because most of these religions, I've consistently used religion here because I just want to make a distinction between spirituality. Most of these people, what they have is a sky god that they are worshiping, a sky daddy. A sky daddy, there's no connection, there's no spiritual connection to whom they call their God. There's zero spiritual connection. Everything is enterprise, profit before people, profit before spirituality, profit before praying, You tie everything to money. Money makes money in your accounts. You must have to pray before you get a job. You must have to fast before you do this. You must have to do this before you do that. That's not what religion is intended for. Religion is intended to meet our spiritual need and by extension, our physical well being. The first thing has to be our spiritual need first. Because when the spirit is okay, that radiation will radiate and flourish and is exposed in the physical. So that is why you can see somebody, no matter how physically beauty the person is, but if the person has spiritual deficiencies, it will even be difficult to appreciate that beauty. But you see people, they might be physically defective, but if they are spiritually beautiful, you see that radiation of beauty even in their physical disability. But unfortunately, the church have turned this the other way around, and they have given room to different people to have different opinion about what religion ought not to be. We remember Bishop Idahosa of blessed memory. Nigeria, you played one of his videos here some time ago. How he stood. This was a man that stood against military dictatorship. So this also ought to be a standard that we should use to judge religious leaders instead of the many, I don't even want to use the word force, instead of the many pretentious ones we see around, the ones that have become politicians overnight, the ones that say the truth, they refuse to say the truth, the ones that knows that politicians have stolen election, and this same politician comes to their church for God's sake to give thanksgiving, and they are there blessing them. The ones that see the sufferings of the people, yet they refuse to say anything. They encourage the people to pray more. The ones that see how prices are skyrocketing in the market, the ones that see the problem that the people are going through, fuel scarcity, no lights, no roads, everything in shambles. Yet they frolic with these politicians. In the same vein, we also remember there's a certain Bishop Kuka who has also heard his son. At least he has been outspoken to a large extent. To the extent that when the Buhari administration wanted to go for him, they quickly gave him a position in the Vatican City. And because of that, he became immune to any form of persecution. So even while we reflect on this large congregation of religious leaders that have failed us, let us remember there's a microscopic few of them that have heard their own, that are still saying the truth the way it should be said, that are still serving God the way God should be served, that are still spiritually inclined to uplift a nation that has been thrown into depression by bad governance, by heartless political leaders, by leaders that care about nothing but about themselves, their family, and their generations yet unborn. We must learn to separate this, because a lot of this, some of these religious leaders, have gone. They've gone a lot. They've gone through a lot to be able to speak the truth, because there are persecutions left, right, and center. Let's take Kaduna, for example. Do you know how many of these people have lost their life in Kaduna just for speaking the truth, for preaching the truth? There's this Labour Party woman, we all remember her, that they invaded when Labour Party just started, when Peter Obi just started, that woman that championed that cause in Kaduna. We remember how they went to her house. If you take Kaduna, for example, you understand that there are a lot of religious leaders in Kaduna that they had their own, and they became victims of the murderous state, of a murderous nation, of a nation that is bereaved of any iota of care. And as Madame Luke will say, a nation that is numb and narcissistic to every form every form of human empathy. They are completely numb. In bringing it home, Nigerians, let's have hope and let's know that eventually we'll get there if we keep talking and doing the right thing. And good evening, everybody. Mr. Nanjaos, thank you for the opportunity and happy Mother's Day to everybody, to all the mothers in the house. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chris. Thank you, sir, for your submission. Thank you very much for. Yes, sir.
I just want to make a little bit of contribution to what Mr.
Yeah, but we
Chris.
have people waiting. You are going to make it 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Yes, Mr. Chris, thanks for your contribution. I just want maybe you can clarify when you say we are looking somewhere else. We are not, when it comes to the religious leaders in Nigeria or churches in Nigeria, that we are actually looking somewhere else. We're not looking, where we should look. I really don't get that, because the main churches in Nigeria, the main one, yes, there are good churches. These good churches, are they still the one you are referring to that we're not looking at, or those ones that we don't know that we're not looking at? I can give an example of that. 18 political parties participated in Nigeria elections. We are looking at only 3 or 4, maybe, perhaps. There are still about 12, 13 of them that we don't look at all. So can we say that there are good political parties in Nigeria? Maybe you want to, clarify on that so that we can know whether we're actually looking at the real problem, the real churches. Just let me say it the way it is, the real church leaders. Are we looking at them, or are we looking at the wrong place?
Yeah, well, before I answer that question, let me quickly say that I forgot to say this. Today's topic was so hot that Mr. Odua forgot to mention Okpila cement for the first time in a row. Now, back to your question. There was a word you used there. There was an adjective. You said the men. Who make these men you are talking about? Who make them the main church?
Because they are the
What
most popular
standards?
in terms of
Yes.
numbers.
You see, that's exactly where the point. That's exactly where the problem starts from. For the fact that they have branches everywhere in every crannies, everywhere in the country, doesn't mean they are the main one. They are just they are the main one by human standard. So they will keep falling short of the expectation of God. I think that's just the way it is. And also, by extension, I like to draw an inspiration from what Madame Luke said. Madame Luke said something very, very, very instructive. She said, if if you need financial problem, you think about how to solve it. If you have financial problem, if you have medical issue, you go to the hospital, you check your cholesterol, you check your blood profile and stuff like that. You see, I think that is the problem. That is exactly
All right. Let's
looking at
focus
the
on.
right place. That
Thank
is
you.
looking at the right place for
Thank you.
the solution that you desire.
Thank you. Thank you, Oga Chris. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. I would like to appreciate Matthew Edosowa. Thank you very much for this support. I'm very, very grateful. It's very sad. You said in memory of your late mother. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Yes, today's a Mother's Day, so it's a deep day to remember your mom. For those of you that have loved ones, most especially mother and all that, so I don't know how to wish you, but I know what you guys are passing through. But yeah, it's something that every one of us will pass through personally, somehow, someday. May God give us all long life and good health. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you very much, sir. May God bless you. Guys, help us to press on the like and help us to share and let this voice go far. We are coming closer to the end. But meanwhile, let's come to Moderator. Moderator, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, Ma, and happy Mother's Day to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, Mr. Elvis. Well, his evening is about 5:37 p.m. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers out there. My lovely mommy diaspora, I love you. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And all the gentlemen in the panel. Oh, Madam Luke, happy Mother's Day too. I love your picture. Black Panther, Mr. Chris Domosa, Mr. Odua, and then the erudite Mr. Jonathan. Good evening. And my lovely sister, Irene Finest, and all my brothers and sisters, Abdul, Madam Origin that just called, and all the people who are listening to us from home. Good evening and happy Mother's Day wherever you are. Mr. Elvis, sorry I'm greeting you. Today is Mother's Day, so you have to give me some extra time, to do all the greetings. Because every mothers don't forget everybody, no matter what. If one sheep is missing, if you don't find that sheep, man, it's not complete. So greetings to everybody. And those of you who have lost your mother is not gone, she's there. Just be happy with the good memories you had when she was alive. And going forward, sorry, I wasn't around, so I don't know the videos that we played or whatever. I just came in, and I think when Mr. Odua was speaking, Mr. Elvis, you should have, this is the first time this is one of the special times I was really enjoying what Mr. Odua was saying based on his experiences, because sometimes we need to hear those experiences because some people might be in that situation right now where their pastors are deceiving them, or rather their religious leaders are deceiving them. So when they're hearing stories like what Mr. Odua was saying, people need to hear them. People need to hear those stories, because I can bet you damn and a dozen somebody out there listening to us, they're experiencing that, or their friend is experiencing that, or their mother or their sibling or their friend is going through what Mr. Odua just said. So, Mr. Odua, I'd love to hear more stories of your escapades with these religious leaders. Okay. And I like what I think is the love of God is my strength. Yes. Good evening, Ma. I know you're listening. There's something you said. You said, Mr. Odua, no matter what you experience, it shouldn't make you deviate from serving God. When you say you're not going to church again, but at least still believe. And I think Mr. Odua believes in God. I can hear it in his voice. He still believes that, there's a living God out there. And I always refer this to the verse in the Bible. I think it's Hebrew 11, verse 1, I think. He said, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. And I always say that word unseen, it means that there's something that is unseen, that exists. And I believe that is God, so there's God out there. It's unfortunate that, in this time, in this, especially, let me use the word Nigeria. I don't want to even say Africa right now, because that's like going to a whole different kettle of fish. In Nigeria right now, religion is just a tool that's being used to manipulate people who are poor, uneducated, disenfranchised, and that's why the word commonly used, God will do them, God will help them. I remember the very annoying video that Mr. Elvis played like some last week, and there was a lady, we were asking her, how do you like the situation of the country? Like, she said it's good, that she doesn't want to be negative. People just don't understand the difference between wanting to be discouraging and just saying the truth. Even if the truth sounds bad, because you have to say the truth so that you can make corrections. People just don't get that. The psyche of typical Nigerians, including some people in diaspora, yes, is just so convoluted that they just can't have a difference between the God that they're serving and the pastors that they listen to, or the religious leaders that they listen to. It's a very, very dark space to really get into the minds of some people's whose their psyche is just stuck on one place. It's so hard to extract sense. It's so hard. So that's why, people like me, I keep speaking, even if you don't want to hear it. The platform like Nigeria Watch is here, helping us, as a tool for us to like express and educate people. Please, what is happening in Nigeria? If anybody's giving a pastor some sort of lump sum of money, and you look at how your life is, and you look at how the pastor's life is, isn't there some sort of little sense in that medulla somewhere that's telling you, what are you doing? And then, Mr. Chris, please, I would like to know, maybe if you don't want to mention the church thing, you can put it in the private chat. The church you went to in Nigeria that said they don't do offerings, only when there's a need that they do offering. I really want to know that church. Seriously, I really want to know that church, because I've never heard of that in Nigeria. I've never heard of that kind of church before. And so I don't know. It's a very big topic when you talk about tithes, offering, or religious leaders that are supposed to be inspiring people and helping people. It just is a very, very deep and sensitive topic, but I'm just going to leave it out there, but I'm not a religious person. And I keep telling people, it is not religion that brought the road that you are driving in. Those of you in diaspora, the nice roads that you have, the healthcare system, it is not religion that plays those things there. Trust me, it's not. It is not. Your passport that you got, your international passport, it is not religion that gave you that. It is not. So these, your pastors, some of them, they know, I'm sure they're listening to me now, they have offshore accounts in places like Panama. It's not allegedly Mr. Elvis. They know the people that they send. So they have secured themselves. They have secured themselves. This so-called big shot. They know. Even if some people say, oh, it's my daddy Gio, or it's my mommy Gio, or no, this person has helped. They give food and arms to the people. Okay, that's fine. But it's just a case of you grew up with a man all your life, and the man sent you to school, and the man gave you money, and then you look at that man as your God. However, later in your life, you find out that all that money and the little money is giving you and the school is sending you to was your inheritance. It was your inheritance. So if you look at it, you will have probably gone to a better school, get a better education. You'll have probably done more for yourself, but because this person limited you, and then in your blind side, you thought this person was helping you. That's what I used to equate when people want to give that excuse of this pastor used to give people food, they give people shelter. I just laugh. So they continually do it for 20, 30 years, and you feel that pastor will go to heaven. So you look at him like your mini God on earth. Well, I'm sorry for you, Sha. That's all I can say. I say it's a very dark place in that brain. It's hard to extract sense from people whose minds have just stuck to a certain way of thinking. God go do one. I'm using you people's word. God go do one for now. Now going back to Alex Oti, I think Mr. Elvis, you were clarifying Irene Finest word when she said that it's people. I think Alex Oti was trying to really see the people. I guess they're trying to investigate ghost workers, right? I guess
Exactly. Yes.
that's the aim.
Yes.
Oh, what I mean, because when I saw that headline, I was like, "What?" I said, "That is very." I find that hard to believe, but sometimes that's why it's good to really listen. Even if you see a headline, listen to the real story, and then you make your judgment. So, thank you very much for that. What is really going on in Nigeria is there's a lot of, especially this is from the APC. Yes, there is a lot of propaganda going around at Labour Party, Peter Obi, anybody that is going for any position under the Labour Party. The propaganda is like a virus. It's like an iodine that you put a drop of iodine in a clear water, and then you see the iodine start to spread. That's just how they are, just like iodine in clean water. People from the APC. I read a publication the other day, and the person who actually sent it to me, I was livid. I called the person and like, please don't ever send this kind of rubbish to me. What was the publication? It said that a Canadian mayor praises the man from Bodilon, when he went to Nigeria during the time the man from Bodilon was governor of Lagos. Mr. Elvis, do you know what they were talking about? There's a reason why I'm calling Mr. Elvis. Remember when Peter Obi was doing his world tour? Mr. Peter Obi came to Canada. He came to Toronto, and I went there and I sent you the video of when Peter Obi came and he was talking. I was there physically. I recorded and I sent to Mr. Elvis. I think Mr. Elvis played it last year. I was in that place, and they're talking about the place where I was physically. It was the mayor of Brampton, Patrick Brown. He wasn't praising Agbado. He wasn't. He was just telling everybody that Nigeria is a great country, that we should do our best, to put in the right leader. And he believed Peter Obi was a very good man that can lead Nigeria to where it ought to be. And then he said he has been to Lagos before. Lagos, how their accent. He said, I've been to Lagos before. He said the food is nice, the people are nice. And then on a lighter note, he said, please, I don't advise anybody to be in Lagos traffic. And that's exactly what the man said. And people laughed. Why they're not twisting the story to say the man was praising how Lagos was, because as at that time, At that time, the man was not even a politician. This Patrick Brown. He wasn't. He said it was during the time Agbado was governor. So it was not, they were trying to say that Lagos was so good that the present mayor of Brampton in Ontario was praising how Lagos looked like. Because Agbado did a good job. Like, I was like, seriously? I was so pissed. You see, this kinds of propaganda is disgusting. It makes you really angry. I praise Peter Obi for having so much emotional intelligence when they lie about him, when they say things that are untrue, when they misconstrue stories, and then the gullible people and the evil satanic supporters club will spread it and continue to add Maggie and onions into the story. That's just a lie. It's the same thing Alex Oti is coming now. Now you see Rugrats. They're shouting that he's not paying them salary. He's not paying them salaries. And then you now have the Rugrats media houses and all the urchins on social media putting all this caption there just to discredit the man's name. Because if Alex Oti was not paying the people who are working their salaries, I will come out and I will call him out. Because that's what he signed up for. He signed up to serve the people, so he should pay the people their salary. But however, listen to what is really, really going on. It's disheartening that we have resorted to this. Nigeria can do better. We can do better representation. And that's why, and then the same people who are crying every day, Agbado must go down, that the same people that they will use as media rats to put propaganda out there, in fact, not even propaganda, lies out there. Pure lies out there. And then people will still believe and argue over it. It's disgusting. I think that's just the topics that I've seen that being discussed. Just two topics. So I don't know if anything was played prior, to me coming in, but maybe I'll just listen and see if there's another topic that I need to address. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, moderator. Thanks for putting your voice to this broadcast today. God bless you, man. Okay. The last to go, which is Black Panther. Black Panther, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. 8 minutes. Okay, Black Panther.
Good evening.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, you always in a hurry, Sha. You know, they say the delay time, they.
I beg. Go ahead, you say for my comment.
Elvis, happy Mother's Day.
I don't blame you.
Make I use that and pacify you small. Happy Mother's Day. We are celebrating you today. Kai, you do well, mommy. For you to bring Elvis, as his body hot like this, thank God you do and well, you calm and down. If not, hey, therefore here and for Europe. Mommy, God will bless you. You will live long for us. We will celebrate you. We will really celebrate you. And we'll come, we will celebrate you in this place. And then we are really going to do the real celebration of love to you. And we will express it. Because we've been saying a lot, but we are going to express it when the time comes. I want to thank all the mothers out there. Madam Rita, happy Mother's Day. And Madam Luke. Hey, the hot pepper. Madam Luke, happy Mother's Day. Yeah, Igba. I want to shout out to all the people, Madam Irene Finest, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. God bless you. You people you are awesome. You are the reason why we are on earth today. God bless you all. If not for you, we not have access to coming onto the earth. So we bless God. We bless God for you all. Thank you for being our mother. I want to say, Mr. Elvis, I was, when I saw the topic, I was in a hot spot. In short, and then he want to repeat somebody. I say, no be OT, no be no be OT where I don't listen to where assess and call. No be him. There must be something behind it. Until when I went round, I said, hey, this is the news I want to hear. I now saw that something was, they are trying to assess the Civil Service Commission and try to know who are ghost workers, and the ignorance and vampire took advantage and say he's not paying their bills. I want to thank you for bringing that topics, and thank God everything is our trust for OT has not thrown it into the trash can. We believe in him because he has spoken, and we believe that the voice, the word of a man is who he is inside of him. So we thank God for his life, and we'll continue to pray for him so that he will continue to give the people, his people, the dividends of democracy, true democracy, not what we have in the country now. I want to say one thing here again on the religious aspect. I posted something online. I said, this topic you brought in today, you would have brought it in the midday, like Wednesday, Thursday. This is when the right time, because see, the religiosity in Nigeria has come into a new dimension that it's a mind game. It has become a mind game, and when they have a sort of net, and when they work on your mind, they put you into that net. When they work on your mind, they put it. And I must tell you, millions, I repeat, millions of Nigerians. This is a disaster, a colossal disaster. Millions of Nigerians are in this net. Why do I say so? I was in that net before. But you know one thing, because I have a sort of passion for humanity. The passion I have for humanity is what makes me not to say I will not be a worshiper of Christ, and I have seen Christ at work in my life. Not I don't just go and join something. It must be, I must convince myself. It must work for me before I enter. I'm that kind of a person. That kind of person I am. I must test it. I must work it. After it works for me, and I'll go out there, minister it to people. There is God. There is God. There is the Holy Spirit. And there is Jesus Christ. It is real. But what we are having now is what the word of God in the New Testament has spoken about. And that is one thing, one revelation in the book that many, two revelation, I'll bring it out. The first one is the law of Moses, which Christ came to tell us that that law has been abolished. And secondly, there are many people that will utter the word of God. Many, not few, many. The Bible says many. Many shall in multitude, they will call upon the name of the God, but he does not know them. They will do miracle, but he does not know them. That is it. But many Christians, because they have been trapped in that net, and one thing again they do, most of the pastors that we have now, that those ones that they trained in so many churches, they have been trapped and they've been made to sign the secrecy of oath of secrecy. That thing is like a court. They've been made to sign it, and they cannot speak. The only way they can do is to just make up the only way they can come out is just to make up a situation whereby they can have occasion with the church and get out of it. But they want to go like that. It's like you cannot go out of a court. It's like a blood oath. And that is what so many, you cannot fight for Christ. We are too small to fight for God. And most people that come here to say, oh, you should not judge. We are not judging. Don't stand under the umbrella of judge not my anointed and do my prophet. He wasn't talking to you. Go and read the Bible very well. When we are not judging, when a man of God is doing the wrong thing, we are not judging. It's not too big for us not to say it. We are born equal before the word of God. No man, even the pastor, we are born equal before the word of God. And no man should derogate position that is higher than what God has created to function in his image and seated up on the right side of the Father. I am seated on the right side of the Father with the same pastor you have, if it is real. So when they put pastor in a position of God, and start worshiping it. What did the Bible say? It said, all ye are gods. You are functioning in the position where you can authorize the word, or you can use the word of God as an authority in a situation. But they made them, what they are doing, they are practicing the Old Testament, where you bring everything to the priest. That is what they are doing in Nigeria and most African countries. When I was in church, Mr. Jonathan said one thing. When I was in church, I fall into some things that I know my heart did not go with it. I don't like to be compelled to give. I give because I love humanity. I don't give, then you now tell me that I've stolen from God. No man can steal from God. I don't know how we understand the Bible. No man can steal. Can you steal water from the ocean? Can you finish? Can you steal the old water from the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, as big as it is? Then how do you say you steal from God? It is a lie. That thing was not talking to you in Malachi. It was not talking to we. It is there. But what are they doing? They have hanged people on the neck like a rope and tie Christians and say, okay, I'll give an example now. What Christ did is what we are doing now, because we are speaking the truth. When the people were in the cathedral, they were doing something contrary to the will of God, word of God. They were selling in church. They were selling, doing all sorts of things, saying all sorts of things in church. When Christ came there, what did he do? Did he not tell them the truth? Did he not throw their things out? Did he not make mention of the truth? Is it not because of them Christ came? But did Christ not tell them the truth? So why are we in such a way that when we are talking about men of God that are wrong, that are doing the wrong thing, you will tell me that I am judging him? Even in English time, I'm not judging him. I am telling him what he did is wrong. That is why you Nigerians, Christians, many of them are so gullible that a man, let me learn with this. A man of God will tell you that he has drank tea with God. And the Bible will tell you that no man can see God, nor even stand in his presence without something not happening. And he will come and tell you, you will not start clapping your hallelujah. That is how far the average Nigerian Christian have gone. And I thank God, wisdom is made available to us, and I've carved myself out, because I was in a position where I was paying tickets for a pastor to fly. Ticket. That is how it is. And now the pastor is so big that he's so big that he sits on a golden chair, and his people, many of them, Nigerians, are suffering. None of them is speaking. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch.
All right, Black Panther, thank you, my brother, for your submission. Thank you so much. I saw a wonderful comment right there. Sonny Ushe said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm, simply means do not touch or harm them physically. Now, what is supposed to be me be this? So if you your talk, call them out, do this, they'll start quoting that verse for you. I believe saying that what is supposed to mean, I be this. Don't physically harm them, don't touch them. They say don't speak against them. I don't know where that one they for Bible. Anyway, thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all.
Sorry, Niger Watch.
Yes, sir.
You see, many people are scared. You know why they are scared? Oh, the man of God will curse me. No man of God will curse you. If he curse you, it's not a man of God, and his curse will never work on you, because you are in Christ. No man can curse you. People should know this. Thank you.
Okay, let's have our final submission. I don't want us to stay here so long. It's Sunday. We're already about 4 hours now. Okay, let me go to Mother Luke. She's the first on the panel today. Mother Luke, thank you very much for your patience, for your time with us. Please, let's do 4 minutes final submission.
Okay, thank you very much. Glad to be fully present today on the day that I like to be here, Sundays, which is a real chill day. We have spoken, and kudos to Alex Olty for being able to weed out the wheat from the chaff. That is what every responsible government should do. This man has done everything to show that he is actually a presidential material for Nigeria. Tomorrow, if Alex Oti comes in to be the presidential candidate for Labour Party, please talk about real talk and do. He has done it. So, we have people who can rule Nigeria. We have people who have the people's interest at heart. And they are there. But unfortunately, the people who don't mean the country well would always be the ones to be on the forefront. So yes, let him continue doing what he's doing for the benefit of the people of his state. And just because he's a naturally empathetic person. Just like we have mentioned many times here, and Mr. Barrister Lumide has said it, anybody that doesn't have empathy, anybody that doesn't have compassion, can never feel the pain of another person. All we have are narcissistic personas that are ruling Nigeria because they've lost the capacity to feel. It's like they have become politically gangrenous, meaning they are dead to the plight of the people. So we need people like that to show us that there is hope for Nigeria. Unfortunately, the people, like I said, they're going through a stage of stupor and a state of helplessness that are psychologically and psychiatrically burden them, that they can't get out of their stage of grieving. They hate their existence, and all they're doing is just trying to live, just to survive. There is no joy in their lives. As for the pastors and the Christians, like I said, when you can show me that you can practice what you preach in a Christ-like fashion, then I can believe what you're saying. You cannot be enriching yourself and everywhere around you is in poverty. And you are able to even come out and after you have slept very well, you can sleep with yourself at night. You see, my problem in Nigeria is not having to be proud of being a Nigerian. But I cannot, in my good conscience, sleep at night with the kind of suffering and the kind of squalor that you see around you, and you can still come out and say you are living a life. Of what use is your life when the person next to you cannot live that same life you're living? It is pathetic. It is a sorry state in Nigeria because people have lost the ability to feel, and all we have is a zombie jamboree. That's all we have. People who are dead but walking. Dead man, dead woman walking. That's all we have in Nigeria. And because our leaders have made it so. Thank you, my people. Happy Mother's Day once again.
All right, Mother Luke, thank you very much. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. Thank you very much for your time with us and your submission. Okay, Mr. Jonathan, please give us your 4 minutes. Final submission, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to all the panelists, all the contributions. I just want to touch on River State. You know, I think the issue of the religious issue has been well exhausted. On River State, you know, it's so funny seeing Wike coming out, giving an apology, a cockroach apology that he gave. Again, deception. What is it he was trying to do? Just to deceive the people. And you saw in that video people clapping for him, people hailing him and clapping for him. That's Nigeria for you. And these are the people that are most impacted negatively in that state. And they are the people that are still following Wike with his cockroach apology that he gave them out of Wike's mouth. You saw his disposition. It's just a way to get the people. To him, it seems he's losing the support. He's losing his support a little bit, and he had to go back to the people and show a kind of that a kind of a sense of humility, a fake one, a false humility that he presented to the people. A state where lawmakers deflected, and the law is clear on that. The law is very clear on that. And we still have those lawmakers that deflected. They are still parading themselves, running their mouth all over the place, causing crisis and chaos all over the place every day. And then we have INEC doing nothing. If I can recollect, it was December 12 or 13 that these lawmakers deflected from PDP to APC. Since December, today, there has been no public position of INEC on that. They just kept quiet. That's the country that we have, a country with absolutely no rule of law. And you can't expect anything good to come out from a country, a society where there is no rule of law. Finally, I will end on Mr. Oti of Abia State. You see, again, NLC, I think that story was attached to NSC, that the comment came from NLC. NSC is the one now that is fighting for the civil servant and the public servant of Abia State that have not received their salary. NLC, for that matter. What will NSC say that you will look at it at its face value and just take it in and just accept it? So I believe it was Madam Rita well captioned. This is just all, again, propaganda that they are playing all over the place in Nigeria. It has got nothing to do with what is going on in Abia State. The focus in Abia State is what Mr. Alex Oti is doing. He's doing excellently well, and they are throwing everything at the wall, looking for whichever one that will stick, just looking for something that they can use and start singing on social media, on the mainstream media, to bring him down. That's all they are doing. Unfortunately, they've came out below again. So I'll just implore, the people of Abia State to remain focused. Mr. Oti and his people, his cabinet, the people that he surrounded himself with, to be focused on the work of the people. Continue to do what they are doing. So, Mr. Elvis, I will leave it at that for today. I want to thank all the panelists again. And once again, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies in the house, all the women, Mommy Diaspora. Happy Mother's Day once again. Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Okay, Oga Chris, please, your 4 minutes, sir. Thank you.
You don't reach my turn. Good evening, Mr. Nanjawat. Once again, happy Mother's Day to everybody and to all mothers. And of course, to everybody, we have a mother, we have a sister that's a mother, we have an aunt that's a mother, we have a nephew that's a mother somewhere. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. Mr. Nanjawat, thank you for the opportunity again to contribute. I'll just continue from where Mr. Jonathan stopped. He was talking about focus. Yeah, Mr. Alex Oti, I think you really need to be focused on what you are doing. You're already acting presidential, as according to Madam Luke. And if you continue in this trajectory, I think you'll be a candidate for the presidency of this nation. And it's an opportunity, Mr. Alex, to prove that these things can be done. And you started doing it, and you continue doing it, and you will finish according to the manifestos of your party. Every single manifesto, you bring all of them to light. I'm surprised the NLC of the 1001 thing that is bedeviling the nation as at now. It is a simple exercise that's going on in Abia State that they've decided to twist to deceive the people. And that brings me to the people. I think the people of Nigeria, and we can't just be waiting for an activist like the person of Peter Obi or Showore or the rest of them. We have to be active citizens. Like what happened in that last election. If we had enough active citizens, I'm sure some of these things could have been taken care of long before the election. Imagine the number of PVCs that were discovered in soccerways and other drainway channels. Imagine the people had protested. Imagine the inequality in distributing of voters' card, where people in the state that is ravaged by terrorist activities, collection of PVC. Collections were clocking over 80 something percent, and relatively peaceful states, they couldn't get their PVC. If people were active enough, not just on the social media, but physically, to have spoken up against such things, I'm sure the man at INEC would have thought twice before doing anything to anger the people. So the people, we need to be more active instead of waiting for activists. We all have to be active in this fight to make Nigeria better in every way we can. If you cannot come out, you can talk. If you cannot talk, you can write. If you cannot write, you can clap. If you cannot clap, you can watch. If you watch, press like and share. Anything you can do. Just contribute. Be an active citizen. And for the religious people, the religion that we talked about, like I said, it's a very broad topic. I think it will be in order if we pick one aspect and look at it so that everybody can stay on the focus on the discussion, and it can be totally be exhausted. Because if you look, we are all looking at this issue from different angle, you know. But be that as it may, it has been a very wonderful evening, and it's always a pleasure, a delight. For me, I take it as an opportunity to be able to contribute and speak to Nigerians. And Mr. Nanjawaj, and this opportunity, I don't take it for granted. Thank you very much. And everybody on the comment section, thank you all for allowing us to be part of your evening. And my co-people on the panel here, I greet all of you, and I love my heart for you all. And once again, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Thank you, Mr. Nanjawaj.
All right. Thank you, Oga Chris. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Okay, Mr. Oduwasa, please, if you are there, your final submission, 4 minutes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Let me put something straight before our auntie, our mama, who said that me not going to church does not that I should not believe in God. No. One thing my father used to tell me, that God is a spirit. It is not by the church or by the ojuju or by the mosque that God answered. God is on air that nobody see. So that is why, according to the English said, the power is in your tongue. Whatever you say, the spirit of good and bad answer to it. The day the good one pass there, we pick it. The day the bad one pass there, we pick it. So that is for that. I believe God because the spirit, no, I see it. So let me say something here of a citizen and the politicians. Because when I wonder who are the citizens, who are the politicians? Are the politicians from a different country? No. The same citizens are the politicians. Those who have opportunity to enter position tomorrow are the one they see as politicians. When they are among us today, they are citizens. It is the citizens that contribute to their country, and it is the same citizens that destroy their country. So whether you call them politicians or not, they are the same citizens. So they destroy the country. It is our mindset that is destroying our country. Just like the way I am shouting now, Obila's made factory was for Edo people. It is the lack of our unity that we are crying there is no job in our state. Because God have given us the money and the resources, but the wisdom that we lack is why we are not creating job. Italy here is called local government and it's community development. What is community development? It's not to sell land and put money to go and carry girlfriend or buy vehicle. It is what you think that what will people be benefiting? Let us sell this land and use this money to create this thing. Okay, if not even land, for those who have traveled, who work in different company, you know that the company you work is not built by one person. Why can't you Why can't you come to your state and teach your people the same thing? Let all of us put money together and we create job. So we should not be saying government did not do this. We are our government and we are the one failing ourselves. The other day I talk of road. People were saying, no, you cannot tie road. But when they now saw the video of this girl who left her state to come and tie state in Edo State, was they not able to tie the road? She was. So it is the lack of our unity and our understanding. And that is why I'm shouting about Opilas made, which I know is our resources that God has blessed us with. If we put money together, we can create job for them. We can be benefiting our income from that place. Not only those that we give job, we that still invest money, we benefit from it. And from that place, we can use to create different companies, not only made companies. So I wonder when people mock me or laugh at me and say whatever they think I am. Well, I might be foolish of seeing the visions, but if we put the vision into practice, well, we benefit from it. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, Mr. Odua, God bless you, sir. Thank you very much for your time with us. Thanks for putting your voice out there. Let me come to Madarita. Madarita, please give us your final submission, then come to Black Panther later on.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Elvis. I think Mr. Jonathan spoke about something, Governor Wike and Fubara. I guess you played a video of that. And I think I saw something today of Governor Wike saying, he's apologizing. I want to liken it to the same way former Governor Shomlo of Edo State was apologizing in 2020 to Edo people that, he's apologizing for bringing in Governor Obaseki. Well, I don't know if Mr. Jonathan or Mr. Jonathan said that's fake, and we all know that's fake apology. They are trying to pontificate themselves right now. They're trying to look good. They're trying to gather more to romance the ego of the gullible people to say they're not bringing God into the equation. Like seriously, listen, Governor Wike and former Governor Wike and Governor Fubara are birds of the same feather. They collaborated in diverting Peter Obi's mandate in Port Harcourt in the presidential election of last year. So please let us not get it twisted. And I think I like what Mr. Jonathan or somebody said previously one time that these people, they are fighting for themselves, and it's true. It's for themselves. They don't give a rat's behind about the average person from Rivers State. They don't. It's just about this ego, power, just ego and power, love for money and power. That's just what's going on, and that has been the basis of how they understand what leadership is in Nigeria. It's not just Rivers State. We've seen it in Edo State. We've seen the hegemonious decisions that are brazenly made. We see the hegemonious action, that they go against the rule of law. It's just because you're a governor and you have some constituted authority or some powers, and then you exercise it in a very brazen way. That's what's going on all over. Well, except now, Alex Otti is not doing that nonsense. But we have seen it happen in Edo State. People from Port Harcourt take a cue from what's happening in Edo State. That's exactly what's going on in your state. It's just that right now is to like the nth degree of what we experience in Edo State. When I see government officials demolishing buildings, I don't know if people are not feeling the same thing. Do they realize that it is the people's money that they use to erect those buildings? And then one person will come in the name of I am a governor, will just demolish it. It's painful. They're just wasting our money. At the end of the day, Nancy finished as they talk. Nancy finished. You just demolish a building that took a lot of money, sweat, and time. The people's money, and they erect such a nice building, and you want to bring it down because of your ego. But Wike, may God really forgive you, Fubara, and all the constituted authority. May God forgive all of you who are using your constituted power to practice nonsense, bringing down buildings that they will not even bring down their own personal building, but because it's the public money, so they can pull down a building any day, anytime, if it's morning, night, or even in the afternoon, they don't care. They just bring it down. Nobody talks. If the House of Assembly not even asking, is it not the people's money that they're just using anyhow? Let's finish, oh. Let's finish. It's so painful that you just see this going on. What are the younger ones learning? Let me tell you, the younger ones now who want to become politicians, they have seen Obaseki, they have seen Wike, They have seen what's that one from Kaduna? They have seen even the man from Bodilon. They have seen Nambode. They are going to practice all. It's not a curse. They are going to practice everything they are seeing if they themselves become governor, because there's nothing that is good that their psyche is already messed up for a very long time. For if they believe now you're a governor, you can demolish any building, nothing will happen. The courts cannot take you to jail, or they cannot summon you. Governor Baseki did it. Wike will do it. Fubara will do it. And that is why you see people are switching from one political party to the other. In the same way, the next politicians will do the same. Some Labour Party members now, I think there was one in the Federal House, House of Rep or Senate that has gone to APC. It is expected. Some of them who are in APC now, some of them have told them in PDP, they've gone to APC. It's expected. So the next crop of politicians, what kind of politicians are they going to produce? It's the same thing. The chip of the old blocks. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. It's very, very unfortunate. They shouldn't put God in this equation. In fact, it is we, the electorate, that will say, oh God, forgive these people. Forgive them, because they know what they are doing. It's not that they don't know what they're doing. They know very well what they are doing. It's very unfortunate. Well, Fubara and Wike, they are the chip of from the same container. They are from the same container. And that is why I get so really baffled when I see people from Edo State going back to the Edo State election now. Sorry, Mr. Elvis, I just want to say this. You see what Governor Baseki did to Peter Obi? Those of you who call yourself the real obedient, so what he did when he prevented Peter Obi from using Ogbe Stadium. You see what he did. And then you people are now going to go and support the person that he's bringing. No, juju be that. Please vote Olumide Osagbovo Akpata. That's the best bet we have right now. Edo people, that's the best bet we have right now. Take it from me. Thank you.
All right, Madarita, thank you very much for your submission. God bless you, man. Okay, guys, help us to do your part. Press on the like button. We have the last person to go, which is Black Panther. Black Panther, give us your final submission. 4 minutes.
Hey, Madarita, thank God you spoke. I want to thank everybody once again. Madarita, you know, when there was a time we were discussing Fubara and Wike when they packed themselves to Aso Rock, you said one thing that I will not forget. That was what I thought. I thought about it when they started this their rigmarole again. He said we should not. How did he put it? We should not join them in their fight or something like that.
You're not fighting their war. That's from David Paroti. They're having a family quarrel. It's family quarrel.
You not fight. You not join them in their war. Fighting their war. You see what is happening now? Wike is trying to do something. Wike has lost it all. You know, Mr. Najawa said one thing. How can they drag? How can the Fubara just give chance for these people to mess Sam around? We are not supporting him, but we are trying to, you know, sort of say, as a governor, you should focus on the people than focusing on these people that are trying to distract you. But what happened at long last? You cannot fight a governor and win. I guess the president would have told Wike, you better start apologizing now. You cannot fight him. He's the governor of the state, and I cannot take over that state. You understand? So he's the governor. I got to give him the respect. I'm trying to win legitimacy, and you want me to go and fight governor again? So Wike have to retrieve, and I start saying, oh, I'm sorry. Wike is trying to do what? They will not go change you. This is the way they go about it. Wike is trying to do what? He's trying to amend his quarrel with the governor by first of all saying, I'm sorry to the Port Harcourt people. So that from there, he will now run him and meet the governor, and they will settle the case. Because that man, we were saying that time, the man is too quiet. We said one thing, that man that is quiet, if you start to fight now, make nobody talk. Now he has started fighting, they are shouting, the man is fighting. But I'm not standing the ground that, oh, they are not the same thing. They are the same thing. But the scenario I'm seeing, I want the governor to pepper Wike well. Because Wike has done a lot of harm. All the good Wike did in Rivers State, he just destroyed it with just in 1 second, he destroyed it by stealing the mandate, bringing his own people that voted him into power, bringing them down because you want to fulfill the mandate of one APC because you're angry with your political party. That is sacrilegious. You don't do that. You've gotten to the highest stage of your life, and the president is not all. You've gotten everything you want, but because of greed, Mr. Governor of River State, I beg, pepper all of them, give them cane, flog them. They deserve to be flogged because all of them are thieves. They are all thieves. How can one man be controlling somebody's father, a 60 years old man? You are in the house, he's controlling you. You say, come here, you go. You go there, you go. And you put your balls within your leg. You say you are a father. And you have your brain. You cannot think that people elected you. Even if they didn't elect you, but you have somebody that you have your consent to go back to and politic. But you follow Wike. Now, the whole thing now, Wike is settling. You have lost it. If the governor said, I will throw all of you out through the court because he has all the button to press so that you people will not come back to National House again. And that's all. They'll do by election and you guys are off the track because he is the governor. He can use the governor's seat to throw all of you out. So I just don't want to dabble into their fight, but what they are doing now is better for them. If they like me to bring themselves, that's their business. But there's one thing I want to note now, I want to bring out now. This governor of River State, he has started something, because I was monitoring something, but this news has not gotten into Nigeria in deep way, but I monitor it through someone from another state, from the Gambia. You see, there is one project this guy is doing, and this guy has brought in with the private sector. They are building 20,000 units of houses for medium scheme for medium citizens that are earning a little bit. They scale it, and about 2,000 has almost been delivered now. I think that would be the thing that this man is going to launch. Because this man is quiet, but there's something he's doing too that I've seen. So my friend from that place linked me, and I saw some of the video, but it's not yet. I think it's not yet out in Nigeria media. I guess, but I've not seen it since I searched. I've not seen it, but that's what he's doing, something concerning about 20,000 units that he's trying to bring in, and I started with 2,000 units, which is we completed mid-year. I think by September it should be completed. And I want to say this to everybody, as Manarita said, shine your eye, do people. If you want progress, vote Olumide Osaibo Akpata. That is the man. The only way this PDP APC can win is rigging, but our eye don't open. Edo people are ready. Let them come. Anyhow they come. We do what? We come. God bless Edo people. God bless the incoming governor, Governor Akpata, and God bless our Oba. Oba Atokpe, he said.
All right, he said to that. Thank you very much, my people. Yes, we've come to the end of the broadcast. I want to appreciate every one of you that came in today. 4 hours. Yeah, that's fair. Or even more than the time expected on Sunday. I want to appreciate every one of you that joined us today. May God bless you all. We still have 320 people watching us now across. So thank you very much.
Niger watch.
Oh, always let me give my submission. You just finished talking.
Sorry.
Now. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Oh, did you see what I posted to you?
Yes, I saw it. Yes.
Oh, okay. How did you see it? Is it good?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, I saw it when I was sharing just now.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right. I appreciate you all, my wonderful people. I would like to appreciate those of you that joined the panel today. Now, God will bless you, now, my wonderful, wonderful people. Starting with Mother Luke. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Chris, Mr. Black Panther, Mother Rita. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. Thank you, Mr. Odua. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you all. Those of you that called in, Madam Origin, thank you very much, ma. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. Thank you very much. Madam Love God is my strength for calling in as well. Happy Mother's Day to you once again. And Mr. Shimezi, thanks for calling in, sir, and many others, and our big brother from Spain. Then those of you on the comment section, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. That will mother for all mommy diaspora. Happy Mothers to you, mommy. I appreciate you. I love you so much. Thank you for all you do. Thank you very much, everyone right there. Stella Masaredo, Madam Iris Finest. Happy Mother's Day to you all. God bless you all, my people. Madam Amembright, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Michael Ganamaru, thank you very much. Oga Crystal on rich comment section as well. Mr. Abu Azi, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much. John Kala, I can see you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, and many others right there. Well, I would like to appreciate two of you that supported the channel today. Started with Peggy Muddy. Thank you very much, Ma. Happy Mother's Day to you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I would like to appreciate Matthew Edosoma. Thank you very much. God bless you too. Thank you for the support, and thank you for all you do. I appreciate every one of you, my wonderful people. Then I got a support from our PayPal today. I'd like to quickly mention the name, although sometimes when I get these kind of things, I'm being careful. I don't know how many of you that want this state to be on private, but I'd like to say this. I received £11 48 pence. Although I'm not sure that's what you're saying. Maybe after they don't take their rubbish, this thing out, now we don't see all these pence with the follow-on. £11 48 pence from Eze Shigbo. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. May God bless you. May pocket never run dry. Thank you, my wonderful people. My people, we've come to the end of the broadcast. I appreciate every one of you that is supporting us, that is encouraging us, that is joining the panel, that is calling to the show, that is joining the comment section, and our spectators. And God will bless you now. The comment section is another wonderful place where once you are there, you make family, you get recognized by the people there and by my admin, my mom, and everyone. Then whenever you come in, everybody get familiar with your name. That's one thing about comment section. Why the panel is almost the same thing. If you check our panel, we have the same people, almost the same people, 95%, almost the same people joining the panel. You understand? 95% almost the same people. So the remaining 5% is new, but automatically once they join twice or three times, they have joined that 95% already. So yeah, I appreciate there are people who look forward to hearing from us here every day. So I pray God Almighty continue to give us the strength, the energy to do what we're doing today. And God will bless you, my people. I appreciate you all. So we've come to the end of the broadcast. Peggy Modi, thank you very much once again. I appreciate you all, Mother Iris Finest, and many others. My people, allow us to end the show because it's Sunday. It's 4 hours plus now. By God's grace, I'll join you guys again tomorrow by 6 p.m. Nigerian time so that we can continue to talk about the things that's affecting you and I. So you can notice today we didn't put anything do politics at all. We're only going to be doing that most especially Monday to Friday. So, but it doesn't mean that we stop you from not saying it or talking about your candidate. But yeah, for me to say Edo 2024 is going to be every call place. It's going to be every Monday to Friday. Thank you very much, my people. Like I said before, let's end the show. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, my people, and bye for now.